Hello, everybody. My name is Demmy, and this is going to be the start of a D&D 5th edition campaign that I have been calling it as Conquest of Purgatory. I will be the storyteller for this campaign, uh, Demmy, as the name above says. Well, let's first go through a roster of characters, aka actual people, that will be a part of this, starting from this part, which is, well, Carlos.
Hello, my name is not Carlos, but whatever. You may call me Carlos if you want to. I am gonna be playing a wizard, a fire Genasi wizard called Zamaan.
Next on the chopping block. We're going to go by Discord.
So boo.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for that intro, Demmy. I am
You're
happy
welcome.
to be here. I'm going to be playing essentially. What if Iago was Aladdin? Trust me on this, is gonna be fun. That's it for me, fellas. Call me literally whatever you want. I don't care, but I prefer Big E cheese.
What is your character's name, just so the audience knows?
Avi, like the dude that left Pentatonics.
Cool. To our resident player here, also local monkey mode. You can go, Edge Girl.
Oh, my turn. I'm Emilia, and I'm going to be playing your local edge boy, Karis Arcane Oxiana. Don't ask, complicated. I'm gonna be basically playing a fallen Aasimar, who is basically a emo edgelord who is an atheist and very discontent with life and kind of an anarchist. And he has a very big pain kink, so.
Cool to know. He finds stuff out at any point during the campaign. And lastly, to our resident mukbang Twitch viewer.
Great. I'm gonna be playing Gildurk Softmark, Cleric with amnesia.
Perfect. So, to give both you again and the viewers, the entire campaign will be primarily focused on the floating island known as the City of Altum, where our adventurers will hopefully be able to become great adventurers, powerful, and, well, rich in the process, just as any good adventurer would be. Thumbs up. Thank you for posting the B-movie script again. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of B-movie script. How much of the fucking chat did you take up? Cool.
Out of it.
All of
About
it.
like fucking
350.
about your height in the bar.
Oh my god.
Look, man, I know I'm short, but come on. I think I'm the shortest person here.
Oh, definitely.
So,
Aren't you taller than me?
excuse me?
Aren't you taller than me?
Good question. So, just to start this off, purely to see, well, this is going to be kind of the usual adventure meetup, but just to see who arrives first, as all of you have been invited to come to a special, well, not special, but to a cafe slash sort of bakery sort of deal, to, well, get together and actually meet each other for the first time. The place called, Blackwood Delicacies. So, just to see who comes first, can everybody roll me a 1d20 just to see who arrives, in sort of what order? Highest arrives first.
Does proficiency apply?
No, this is proficiency in not being late.
Yes, I own a professional watch.
Where did you get that one from? Adi and Mia. Okay, good. You got the d20. So, Mia, do you know how to roll a d20 in the chat?
How again? I'm trying to remember. I'm shit at this.
Enter in the chat /R space 1d20.
One more time.
Here,
R/.
here you go in the Discord chat.
R/1d20. Okay.
Yeah.
/R.
Oh, /R. I'm stupid. Ignore me.
No, don't worry about it. We're going through a learning process.
There we go.
Okay, perfect. So,
How?
don't worry about it. This is a-okay. So, Avi, you approach what seems to be a very modest to sort of mediocre-sized cafe/bakery. Not really sure what to call it, or just call it a pastry shop. Let's go with a pastry shop. And you're able to sort of by the name of the place and what you were told, kind of really get the gist of where it is, considering the first thing that catches you, besides the size and whatnot, is that there is a decent amount of this sort of blackish looking wood that seems to be kind of like painted over, like the sort of wood lacquer or whatever that's called. But it also has sort of its natural darkness look, which gives the place this sort of a bit more of a darkish sort of a vibe, but very much unique to the surrounding buildings, while also being decorated with a little bit of floral and flowers and natural vines here and there, just to spruce it up a bit. So you could presume this is what they would call the Blackwood delicacies. And to confirm it even more, you do see the goddess that you had a very nice discussion with beforehand, of trying to get up and about in the world. You notice sort of at a table with meant for like 4 people, a single individual lady sitting, decently tallish, very wavy long hair, sort of dressed elegantly with like sort of tinges of gold here and there, sort of just sitting, sipping some tea, before you approach. And she looks up to you and just goes, Avi, you're the first one to arrive. It's a pleasure to meet you again. Please, sit.
Thank you. I will. Pleasure to meet you as well.
What can we get you? This place has some very nice sweets. I think you'll enjoy them.
And I think I'll have some. And I'll have some to go as well.
Of course. And just so we know, this is on my tab. I have to be a bit generous at our first meeting, of course. Well, second in this case.
So, do you know when the others will arrive?
Well, hopefully they won't be for too long. I told them approximately this time, and
I personally hope you didn't wait long as well.
Oh, no, of course not. I had to be early anyways. And I actually think, and as she sort of peers sort of to the side, as she almost recognizes somebody, she does notice another individual. It's a slightly busy street, so you're not exactly sure who to see, but, there's a little bit of a difference of the regular town folk and what is the would-be adventure. As you, let's actually see who was next. As you see a very, how to say it, similar to the Blackwood delicacies color, a very equally dark-looking individual, sort of coming from, behind you sort of way in terms of things. Arcane, this is where you come in, as you see already the individual you've seen before with a, bird individual, an Aarakocra, as you know, is just sort of sitting at a table, having, some delicacies prepared for them. And equally, as she sort of just turns around, she recognizes another person. You can see this, Avi, as like, you're getting hints of like recognition and stuff. A red-headed fellow from the opposite side of the street, that honestly looks kind of average-ish, but sort of, decently dressed, and that sort of red hair sort of really, shows him off compared to the other townsfolk also approach, and it's like, and she just goes, we have other 2 members here. And she just sort of comes up and waves to both of you simultaneously to come over. Arcane, Gildurk. Perfect timing, actually, both of you. This is Avi. Avi, this is Arcane. Arcane, this is Gildurk, and you're going to meet each other, hopefully, soon. We're only missing one more now.
Pleasure's mine.
I just nod and say, yeah, no. Pleasure to meet everyone. I hope you can all be friends.
I'm glad that we shall join each other on this quest, and hopefully we'll all get along. So, who are we missing?
Well, we're missing, well, keep an eye out if you might. He should be very obvious to see, very, say red in appearance. Similar to you, Gildurk, but just a bit more. Anyways, just as I offered Avi here, please go up to them and see what kind of delicacies you want. It's on the tab. So, pick whatever you feel like eating, and pick whatever you feel like drinking. I would recommend actually, well, they have this little, this sort of peculiar sponge cake. I'm not sure if any of you like a little bit of a bitter aftertaste, but just ask for their sponge cake, personally.
All right, I'll have some.
Offer.
Okay. And yeah, there's going to be like sort of a waiter that sort of just starts slowly delivering your guys' sort of whatever you guys wanted to eat and whatever you guys wanted to drink. It's pretty modest. None of it is like sort of spectacularly hitting. And this sponge cake is similar to form, a sort of very darkish in color, almost kind of blackish, but more sort of like brownish blackish in a way. You kind of get that hint of like very dark chocolate and sort of a sponge cake sort of deal with a little bit of cream just to sort of offshoot the sweetness and the bitterness. It's for those who've had better, they've had better, but for those who haven't had better, it's pretty damn good. Just depending on the type of what you're going with. As you're starting going again, she sort of looks and sort of waits, and maybe about 5 to 10 minutes later, you, Avi, sort of from the opposite where Gilder came from, notice this very red individual coming, sort of dressed well, and really there's no better appearance than just saying golden red. And one of the other things besides his sort of skin color, as you can sort of notice, is even from a distance, you can actually get a very peculiar hit from his eyes. They have this sort of shine to them that is just kind of like attracts you to them, but not in a weird way. Just like your focus is sort of put your attention over there.
Shiny.
Zamaan, you can come in.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm late. I had to do something in town. I'm Zamaan. Pleased to meet you all.
A pleasure to meet you.
I'm Arcane. Your eyes, they shine. They're wonderful.
I don't think it's just his eyes. I'm Avi, by the way.
Thank you. It's hard to explain. I just have golden eyes. It's a rare thing. Let's say it's that for now.
Are they valuable?
Well, they are to me.
How about on the street?
I don't really know about that. Every individual that tried to do that has lost both eyes.
An eye for an eye?
So you do know the eye prices.
Clearly.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah, sit down. What do you want?
Pick anything.
I could have some cake, I don't know. Whatever they have here. I'm not a picky eater.
The sponge cake's amazing.
Well then, I'll have some sponge cake, I guess.
Very well. Waiter comes back, orders everything, and yeah, you get your things. Some people have already eaten. Zamaan just started, and yeah, it's pretty good. But she goes, well, I see that we're already off to a very good start. I can sort of see that perhaps from the first interaction there's a little bit of a spark between all of you. Not in, more of a friendly work together thing. And hopefully, well, we'll continue with that. So, how have your days been? Tell me about that.
Well, I'll start, I guess. Well, personally, you know, surviving, nothing much, like everyone. Isn't that the goal?
Well, my day was a bit more interesting, I guess. I had to run some errands to get all my stuff together to prepare for everything that is to come. I had to get some papers, some magical ink and such.
And where are you from?
That's also hard to explain. Let's say I come from a faraway land.
Mysterious, aren't you? And I thought I was the one in the cloak hiding.
Excuse me, faraway land. As far as I know, and look, I may not be, the best at this, but I feel like I can get a bit of perspective with, these on my back. We're on a floating island.
So,
Do you carry
you
hidden wings beside your golden eyes?
Just pointing it out. Ah, even wings would help with that, trust me.
can I just say then that I am just not that comfortable talking about my past?
Oh. All right. Who's next?
Well, if nobody else wants to. Well, I had a great day. I spent my morning praying, and later on watched a bird. It was great.
What
Fantastic
do you
day.
pray to?
I just like make a nod towards
She sort of
the woman.
just goes and it's like she just points both
Oh, yeah.
fingers.
I forgot.
It is what it is.
I mean, I don't mean this with any offense, but you don't vibe like one.
And I like to be a bit more underground. And well,
I can respect that.
she actually goes and ruffles Gildurk's hair a bit, and just goes, and well, Gildurk here loves to well, make me feel nice as
Oh.
well.
Oh. Okay, well, I suppose he's getting promoted first.
No, you're all going to be equally treated in my eyes. You're my first adventurers, of course.
So you have no experience with this.
So it would be. Hopefully that won't be a problem.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
I'm used to disappointment.
Well, why is it disappointing? No, it's pioneering, if you will. More,
I
hey,
I
we
think
have
that's
to
a bit rude.
we have to compete with less people, So that's a start.
Well, I wouldn't say less people, but humble beginnings for both you and me. And well,
You have no idea.
well, if everything goes right, we won't have to be so humble.
What is there humble with a goddess of gold?
Well,
I can only humbly accept some.
that would be a good way of putting it. Though I prefer more the color than anything else. But of course, well, actually, most of you are done with your treats. This would actually be a perfect opportunity. Let me show you how well, how all of us could benefit as well. And I well, I suppose the aspect of gold that I have isn't quite all what is said. I'm not magically born, sadly, into this world with all the money in the world. If you would, it's not too far away from here. I actually picked this location because it was actually quite close. Follow me. And she, pays for the snacks and sort of goes out on the streets. Come.
I apologize, but I don't think that person has introduced themselves properly. I'm gonna point to
To me.
yes.
Well, my boys, are you familiar with the red light district?
Not at all.
I mean, It's in my neighborhood, so
Oh. F.
Time.
So go women.
don't worry. I've never ventured there personally because I had no need to. But yeah, it's around where I live.
Well, boys, if you do want to, let's say, meet me in a better way, I can always propose a trip, one of pleasure and maybe pain.
I'm sorry, but I am underage.
I humbly refuse.
Never too young. There is never a correct age to start.
I disagree.
I don't know. I feel like 3 years old for you would be weird.
Not at all. I didn't know what we
Okay,
were
then
gonna
I
do.
definitely don't want to. Okay.
I never said what we were gonna do, did I?
Arcane, stop
You
creeping them
said-
all out. Let's go. She just sort of goes towards you, Avi, as you sort of walks, just like, don't worry, he's a lot better than he seems. It's just follow a few words here and there, you know.
I know all of these people are sweethearts. Don't worry.
Well, about a 5-minute walk, and well, I'll show you where our familia home will be. Come. And as you sort of follow through, it's as said, quite close actually. Sort of just a little bit mazy due to all the buildings and just how the sort of place was built up. But with a lot of you sort of growing up in these areas and things, sort of navigating through these sort of mazy urban areas isn't difficult in the slightest. And you guys come in front of a very a 2-story house. Not too old, not too new. You can see that it has a little bit of wear here and there. But in general, a nice looking house with a lot of windows, a lot of sunlight coming in. You can see sort of clothes hanging out from like the one window to the other sort of house, just sort of hanging clothes to dry. All in all, a damn a good looking house. Well, we're here. And she just sort of passes through the front entrance, where the entrance to the house is, and sort of goes to the side of the house and goes to the back of the house. And you sort of just follow through, going to the backyard. And yeah, there is a little bit of a backyard, a little bit of crops growing here and there, sort of just for the, but nothing, too much.
Dibs on the tree.
She sort of goes through her dress, and you're not actually sure where the pocket is, but seemingly there's pockets, and she sort of just goes and brings out a key.
I've never seen a woman's dress with pockets, I'm just saying.
Well, a lady has her secrets. And you think you go towards like the back entrance of the house, but she actually sort of takes a right, and you sort of just look down and notice that there is sort of this entrance to the basement, and she just sort of unlocks a lock and opens and then slightly pushes one open from one side, from the other side as well.
Oh, my favorite.
Well, here we are. I'll go down first. And she proceeds down what seems to be the entrance to a basement / cellar sort of deal. You guys follow through.
Well, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I'm going first.
Okay. You follow through. Go down. You can see her. You as you sort of go down and start going from the sunlight to from like the little bit to the darkness. I think all of you would notice, and this is just more for flavor, if anything else. That it's not overly bright. It's you can still sort of things, but compared to, for example, your hand in the darkness and Zamaan, one's a little bit lighter than the others. And you see her opening up another door, and as that opens, you all sort of just get, well, not really hit by wind, but just more like a slowly protruding smell of sort of moldiness, like staleness, and sort of goes in, and she does cover her face for a second just to sort of get the blast, and goes in. It is dark in here, but there's sort of like light coming in through from the sort of basement windows that you sort of look through, so you guys can see enough, maybe not details super well in the dark, but enough to see the layout and things. And it is a basement, boarded up slightly windows as mentioned. You can see sort of in the corner sort of like 2 bunk beds placed, a little bit of a table, chairs. It all feels a bit old, not used. And goes, well, well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, honestly, this place stinks. But this is what we could have at the beginning. This is what the guild was able to find for us with the funds we had, or well, I had rather. So this is going to have to, hopefully, be our temporary familia base / home for the time being. I know some of you already, well, have homes, depending on if you want to return or not. But hopefully it will be livable.
I have a question.
Yes, Avi, go for it.
Can this place accommodate one more person?
Well, we're going to be, well, all kind of in one room anyways, so...
Yes.
But it is a bit wide. We would have to get another bed, or at least a sleeping bed.
Oh, no. Oh, I can bring the bed. We can bring the bed, don't worry.
But, yes, we can hold one more individual here, if everybody is all right with that.
I'm fine with it.
Thank you. It's
University.
just, it's gonna make me feel a lot safer, so. Thank you.
I know.
Safety is a priority.
Now, because most of you probably are already questioning why you are here and maybe that this is a bad idea, I assure you, hold off a bit. If we are able to get a little bit of funds and obviously get a bit of recognition from the guild, we should be able to move out of here, or at least, well, if for whatever reason you guys end up liking this place, at least renovate it, and go and have something better. But for the time, excuse me, for the time being, we're going to have to make do, including me, of course. But this should be the place where we, as a familia, of course, organize, get together, talk, get ready for your adventures, and I do my ritual to make you all better.
What do you mean better?
Well, you know, Zamaan, the thing that I did on your back before when we were just talking about you entering, that sort of deal, but, Avi, you keep looking at me with these weird eyes. Am I saying something wrong? I must ask.
Don't worry about it, the problem's mine.
Thank you. The whole ritual of, well, making you stronger, bringing out your, inner power, so to say. We've all had it before, but, that's going to be, done here. So, any other questions, that I may be able to answer?
So what's next on the agenda? And if nothing is immediate, I'd like to bring that person over immediately because they can help us out.
Well, I was planning to, well, as I told you before, besides introducing each other and getting together and showing you this place, I was thinking of going to the tower to go to the guild, properly register all of us as a fully functioning and ready to adventure familia, and well, see about getting you ready for, well, your first adventure down the tower. Well, of course, that is if you want to go today, but if you want to secure your sister Avi, I have no issue with this. I just felt more appropriate that all of this happens, today.
Um, it isn't far. The where we live isn't too far. I can you can go on ahead. I can quickly fly over, bring her. We don't have to bring the bed now, and then I'll join you because I can move faster.
That would work. In that case, I did also make spares for everyone, and she gives you sort of all spare keys. I wasn't expecting for your sister quite
No,
yet,
no,
but
don't worry. I'll give her mine. I can get in. I can get into any place I need to.
but yes, please try not losing this. Though obviously I don't really have the ability to go down the towers, so I will be staying here. So uh, I'll always have a key, hopefully ready somewhere. So don't worry about that. Besides, the lock on the basement cellar door is not quite sturdy, so I think it shouldn't be a problem to just break it when needed. Um, though of course I think the landlord up above might have a problem with breaking things around. But to give you a little bit of confidence for all of you, know that a familia, uh, I don't honestly remember the name, I think the landlord might have also lied to me, I'm not sure, but seemingly, by their story, a familia from when they were young and still living, well, as children, a familia used to make their residence here before they moved out. Or so they say. So, humble beginnings. Humble beginnings.
And what was the familia's name?
look, Redomer, please. Have mercy.
This man's gonna get copyright striked on YouTube. I swear to God.
Oh. Okay. You know what? No. I'm claiming right now. This is on YouTube. Yo, YouTube. Intellectual property. You got nothing on me. Okay. So, anybody else have any questions? Any things we should, well, secure? Actually, just so we have maybe a little bit of, well, liveliness, do you mind, helping me take off these boards from the window, at least make it look like the sun comes in?
No problem.
Not
What about a question?
Well, you can ask questions while we're working, Gildurk.
Sure. Why do you want us to climb the tower in the first place? Like, what do you gain?
Well,
I'm so sorry, I don't remember a lot.
right, of course. I know that your memory's a bit, jumbled. Well, some of you are here to, well, of course, acquire material goods to, well, embellish them a bit more or secure others. Some are here for glory, and some are here for, well, some of you might be just curious. But of course, at the end of the day, I can assure you that by going down, you will become rich. Of course, given that you live, you will become famous. You can look at any popular adventure currently out there, and they will tell you their own stories. And well, how should I say this in the best way? Oh yes, of course, becoming more powerful. Think of it as, if you've read a book or not, character development for all of you.
I was wondering more about yourself. Why you want us to go down there or up there?
Well, I'm not quite allowed to fully say the reasons, but I will say in a very safe, roundaboutish way. Let's just say that besides being beneficial for you, it is equally beneficial to me.
I see, thank you.
Be honest, you had me at rich.
I can respect that.
I know I did, Avi, and thank you, Zamaan. Yeah, the boards
Shit.
come off easily. There's not really tools, but luckily, some of you are a bit on the stronger and nimble side, it's really not that problem. Just the nails end up sort of being a problem, and like there's some of those nails that you just can't get out. They're like gonna be like forever stuck in there unless you like get rid of the wall.
Oh, okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna use like the backside of like my mace and just hammer them in.
Hammer them even more. Yeah.
Oh wait, Zamaan, come here. I
Yes.
I don't look. I'm just gonna say it. I don't mean to base this off the way you look, but do you know any fire magic? I'm not racist, I
Yes.
swear.
Yes, it's fine. That's fine.
Can you melt the nails? Because they're kind of, dangerous to just be sticking out of the wall.
I mean, I can, but that would burn the whole board as well. Maybe that would be too much of a fire hazard.
You got a point. Ah, well.
Let's just hammer them in, and nobody can get hurt.
Yes. Easily enough. Improvised tools, whatnot. The back end of a dagger, mace, as you say. It goes in, and it's a part of the place, and now it gives it that sort of very, very, very nice look to it. But you are able to get rid of the boards. And
With a crowbar?
do you have a crowbar?
I have a crowbar.
Then
like halfway through, while we like have made them almost all in, then I have a crowbar.
I'm sorry. I had to. Sorry.
Teamwork building. But yeah, as you sort of look,
I'm just gonna. By the way, while that's happening, I'm just gonna look in my backpack, see my crowbar, just close it slowly.
God bless. There was a solution. We decided not to take it yet. God bless.
Well, this is useless, and I'm very sorry.
But though the smell doesn't go away, and by the way, these windows aren't like modern windows. You can't open up on. How do you say that on English?
I can't.
Yeah, but how do you say that on English? Where you open them like yeah. Either or, you open them yeah, sort of
you
like
halfway like open them like.
Yeah. Vertically halfway open them, I suppose.
Tease the window.
What?
You tease the window.
I can't.
Roll me perform. No, just joking.
Did y'all see like Ali G? It's that one scene where he's like protesting, like with hunger. Someone pulls his pants down, and a blind worker starts like cleaning the like fucking railing he's on, and it gets unfortunate fast.
Oh boy. But yeah, the windows can't be opened, but the place inside is still, has that moldy sort of stale smell. But you've gotten used to it as you've been, in here a bit. But there's always that small little sort of tinge that just hits you in like one of the nostrils. It's like, damn it.
Can we light a match? Fire person?
Sure. I'm sorry.
I have a tinder box. Wait, I have a tinder box. That's simple.
I mean, I can just produce some flames. That's no problem. I don't have that problem because I have dark vision. I can see in the dark. But if you want me to, I can produce some flames.
Would be generous of you, thank you.
I produce some flames.
Just gonna look at my tinder box and feel inferior.
With the produce flame, thank you, and light as well. The places, and with the sun now coming in from the windows, right? It's what's more than bright light? Bright as fuck light. You got the orangish tint, you got the sun tint, you got the radiant tint, you got tints of light.
Then you got the fucking pickup truck with 17 LED lights strapped to it. At 1 a.m. behind you on the highway.
Oh god, love that. But yeah, and with a little bit of the produce flame, I will say that well, and now the light here, you have a bit more of a detailed view. the obligatory cobwebs, the obligatory mold growing in the corner, making a mold culture and just being like, yes, I love it here. And of
It's better
course,
than my place.
and the tables look, well, rickety. Or, well, most of the furniture looks rickety. But, um, yeah, she does say, I let's just since I'll be here when we come back, I'll probably try and clean this place up a bit. Might find a helper or two. But when you come back, well, after you go into the tower and I come back and whatnot, it should be very, well, I wouldn't say sparkly clean. I just put it at clean. And
That's a bit disappointing.
My sister can help out with that. Don't worry about it.
um but with that in tow, thank you for livening this place up, gives me a bit of light to work with. So, Avi, do you want to go and pick up your sister and bring her here? We can go to the tower. And well, obviously I can't register without you being there. So even if you're a little bit late, well, we're going to have to wait.
As quick as the wind. I'm on it.
All right. And
Meow.
the rest of us, well, we were born with legs. Let's use them. And well, she goes and then remembers. Well, somebody lock the door, please. And she just sort of exits.
Well,
As you wish.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I'll do it.
I'm done.
And you make your way to the tower after locking the door and, well, the basement cellar locked, the whole shenanigan. You, Avi, you're fast as fuck. You got you got them wings. You know the layout, and obviously you know where you live. So, and
Yep.
and big brain moment here. You got a bird's eye view on the entire thing. So, it doesn't take you long to get to your place, not in the slightest. And there, sort of in your well, let's say little hostel, call it like that. You sort of gingerly walk in, do the little procedure as you usually do, just to make yourself, not make the place conspicuous, inconspicuous, noticeable. Let's go with that. And yeah, inside, you hear your little sister just sort of you hear first a little hum, sort of just humming, sort of a little song, just sort of humming, and you approach, and just so I can showcase. Though of course I had to find, a thing. Ava here. You as you sort of come in, so you sort of looking at her, using a little bit of the yarn, sort of that, you sort of were able to gather. She's making a little bit of sort of mittens and whatnot for, well, as she does. And as you enter, even though you're pretty silent on this, she still sort of picks up on this. She's used to you and says, Avi, are you home? Avi? You hear sort of noises now, a little bit of distress, like sort of bird distress noises. I think you're muted.
I was, thank you.
Oh.
Come here, I got something for you.
Ooh. She sort of well, with her little feet, talon, claw, sort of tippy taps on sort of the hard floor, just goes up to you.
How you doing, kid? I got you some of these, and I got us a new place to live.
You see her, you see sort of the wings. Well, this is sort of me explaining. Rather than, dog or cat tail wagging, it's sort of just like the little flutter of the wings, sort of like in happiness as she just goes up. I presumed you got for her, well, besides the place, the key place, a little bit of the sweets and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's why I got the sweets to go specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she well, not really have the tableware exactly, but you make do as she sort of takes in, crumbles a bit obviously, but she's enjoying it, sort of. Fuck, I'm mixing Bosnian words and Bosnian words, but she makes a little bit mess around her mouth, and she just sort of takes in the bliss. Where'd you get that? I want more. Do you have more?
There will be more at the place I got for us, and I got that from a really nice lady. I want you to, when you get to my place, I want you to help her out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotta go.
Okay.
Let's go. They're waiting for her. Or well,
As you sort of pet
Yeah,
her, she
for
sort of like
Yeah.
coos, I suppose. You make way. She she's used to you, even though you're I want to say Speedy Gonzalez, but you have a fast takeoff and things, but she's used to this. She knows you. She just follows up with you and sort of keeps on going before realizing she actually made a mess and sort of cleans herself during the flight with like one of the free hands, and then yep,
she's
cool.
late for school with sweets in her mouth, I swear to God.
God damn it, boo. And yeah, you bring her back to the cellar place, which is, well, you missed them obviously. It is locked right now, but you unlock. She goes in.
You
and
can help by starting to clean this place up. We'll be back soon, okay?
This place looks so good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. She sort of starts looking around, like as you sort of leave, sort of just close the door and stuff. You can see that she's super curious about this new place. She's just sort of looking around, sort of trying to get in all the things, but then you have to close, kind of gotta leave. So you leave her to it. But you made a little girl very happy. And yeah, then you just like, fuck, I'm late. Go. As you guys,
I don't have a watch.
imagination, boo. The rest of you make your way, at a normal pace, walking through the city. The city is busy as usual. People going to work, people going from work, people, just walking about, having fun with people. You see the here adventure here and there, just enjoying themselves, equipment on them. And yeah, that inescapable view that you can see from every corner of this island is, well, as you're approaching it, it becomes more magnificent and daunting at the same time. This massive tower that goes up and up. You can't quite count how many stories or floors it still goes up beyond the foundation. And with the addition of small little towers at the side, sort of just to embellish it even further. With each of those towers sort of having their own what is it called? Sort of their own decorations and stuff. Does anybody have a knowledge history? I would say this is history. You can roll it. And yeah, this is gonna be the first roll, I suppose. Knowledge history. Wait,
Knowledge history, good lord.
I call it knowledge history, but I'm pathfinding now. I think it's just
history. It's just history.
Yeah.
History. Okay, wait. How do I roll history? You need to help me with it.
Okay. So you should be able to just go on your sheet, see where it is, and just where history is, just click on it.
Yep. Okay, I did this. Now.
Nice 20. Well,
Damn.
I know, not a natural 20, but a 20, very high result. You know from your teachings, Arcane, from back, and obviously just hearsay and whatnot, and just always having those towers in there. With the exception of the main structure tower, the reason why the other towers look a bit more decorated from else is those are owned by some of the more prestigious familias. They'll have their own section of the tower, let's say, that they have obviously sort of made for themselves, and, well, in a, I suppose you can call it a pretentious way, though some may view it as simple branding. it really showcases where they are, and you've heard plenty of times the beauty and the amount of sort of luxury that is provided due to like their high skilled adventurers being able to delve so deep into the tower. And you sort of just have that flashback looking back to where you are, where you just were in the basement, sort of that thing, and sort of looking at these sort of towers. No, by the way, just to note, the towers do somewhat vary in size. Some are like slightly tall.
Style?
Style definitely, but like size, height wise. So
Okay.
you could presume that the higher ones are probably for the extra prestigious. But it's definitely a goal if you've ever seen one.
Hmm. The beauty lies concealed.
I personally can't get seeing that you're looking at the tower. It's not because I'm a goddess, but I can't get enough of this tower. Honestly, it does look beautiful, and well, with any luck, we'll be up there. Of course, humble beginnings, as noted. Don't go fighting something you can't beat. But I believe in you all. There's a reason why I picked you all, of course.
Hopefully it's not bad judgment.
She also, as she's sort of looking up, you. Let's call it like this. Avi, make me a perception check.
Alrighty then.
Nah, that's not enough. As you guys are walking, like you guys aren't really quite close to the tower. Like this sort of residential area where your basement was. There's like a 20 to even 30-minute walk. Like there's a distance to cross, right? And Avi was able to like sort of with flying, and you actually as you're sort of going, it's sort of similar plat. You actually see a bird sort of just flying above, and is that Avi? I think that's Avi. Avi just flies past. Well, he's going to be waiting onwards. But eventually, you Avi meet nobody at the tower. You're lost. You don't see any of the familia. You don't see anybody friendly.
Am I that late? God damn. Are they going back to the house? They gotta be. Let me check.
Make me another perception check. Okay, this time. Maybe because the direction is better now. You do actually, as you sort of go, fly, maybe about 5-minute walk from it, you actually do notice the rest just walking, and they sort of look up and they sort of wave, and you just catch them instantly.
Oh shit, I didn't see them. Okay, well. Hey guys. So,
Hello.
you going back or to the tower? Look, I don't have any way to tell time, so I don't know if I'm late or early.
We're actually just enjoying the view.
Oh,
What
the view.
do you say?
Oh yeah, it does look nice.
These are the homes
Everything's
of other familias, the wealthy, the powerful ones.
everything kind of is a blur when I'm rushing somewhere. So, thankfully, not a lot of folk fly these days.
Yeah,
How is
because
the
they
view
don't
from
have
the
wings.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Because they don't have wings.
I guess yeah, you got a point.
How is the view from the sky?
Tall. I don't know. It's a bit too gaudy for me. Anyway, shall we?
The procedure should hopefully be pretty fast. Hopefully. And you start going up. There's a little bit of a staircase that sort of leads to what is basically the first floor of the above ground tower. Let's call it like that. And there's a bunch of people here from adventurers just sort of grouping or together, sort of talking amongst each other. This is sort of like the main plaza, like right in front of the tower. The best way I could describe it to all of you, you guys know how the Vatican City looks like, right? That little big ass plaza. Yeah, that's basically how it's looking like there, with just a lot of people filled in, adventurers groups talking, sort of like checking equipment, making sure everything's ready to go. You see the like lone adventurer, some just like sort of looking around, like seemingly people are late. God damn it. And then you see a lot of just regular common folk just sort of bringing their sort of kids around, just sort of looking up to all the adventurers. You also see some, well, street vendors. They just kind of have like just that little mat placed in front of them, and then they're just trying to sort of look at each other. You, Arcane, and Avi would know just from looking at them. Most of these things, most of the time, like 99%, mostly scammy. Just trying to get a quick buck here and there, but people make
This
do.
place bustling, respectfully.
Legit.
Oh, my fucking thing activated again. What the hell?
But yeah, right in the middle of it all is a very, very large fountain, with what seems to be sort of a statues made from the suns and the moons, sort of combining it. A singular sort of sun right in the middle, sort of like, or well, sun description statue, that sort of has, well, water flowing from like the tips. You know how I draw a sun, like the little tips, sort of like really making like a big splash around. Like this is a pretty huge fountain, and then sort of like you don't actually see anything being connected. So for those who are a little bit magic oriented, or well, just know, you do realize that this looks a bit more of the magic side of these three moon statues that are sort of surrounding the sun statue fountain. It seems to be levitating with a little bit of use of magic, which also sort of just makes like a waterfall splash. And in there, as you do with every play, some people are throwing a little bit of copper coins for like good lucks, and then you have the occasional people just sort of like hanging out, talking like on the side of the fountain. There's one kid who's trying to fight their parent. He's trying to jump into the fountain, and she's saying no. The usual. And you guys proceed inside, sort of passing all uh, the big amount of people here. And as you start going in, it looks even more stunning, possibly due to it being actually more maybe inside and possibly being a bit more decorated inside. The Adventure Guild has marble, delicate, luxurious wood. It's like sort of light at top, like a candelabras, like sort of lining up, that seems to be made sort of like placed around, similar to the fountain, of like slightly floating, permanently glowing like torches, like small little light orbs, just sort of made expertly by possibly some form of artisan or whatnot into a very nice looking candelabra. Um, and this seems to be like the main lobby, and you see a place where it's like just a bunch of couches for people like to sit, to like wait or whatnot. But where the main part is, you see sort of a line, a row of receptions, right? Stalls for like receptions, and they're picking. People are talking there to various receptionists. You also see on one part of the wall, sort of specifically made to do so, a decently large, maybe like 5 meter across, like in width, and maybe like 2 meters in like just height, a massive board which is like placed for like various quests and stuff. And it's sort of like a notice board, where it's supposed to be quests. Simply looking at them, you do notice random stuff as well. It's like kid drawings, or just somebody came and placed it there.
Sorry, Demius, I have a question. Just because I know this is you. How many of the receptionists have cat ears?
Actually, I need to check, because I do believe tabaxis are allowed, and those would be the only cat girls. Tabaxis are allowed.
Yeah,
I will say
All of them.
every
Juan.
single one.
Juan. Just just for my own satisfaction.
That one?
Huh?
Are we going to that one?
I have a cat allergy. Can we not go to that one?
I
What
already.
type of allergy does it make you sneeze? Do you get a rash? I
It
mean,
makes me sneeze flames, and then everyone gets burned around me.
oh, that sounds cool. Come on,
We
let's
can
go.
avoid the line. We can avoid the line.
I mean, if you guys can guarantee for the safety of the people here.
I'm sorry, but
that
how can
won't
we?
be?
How can we skip the line if his? I mean, I'm pretty sure his allergies have a fairly short range, right? So we'd have to be next in line to get him to sneeze. I mean, look, I guess, at that point, you're right. We skipped the line.
I prefer not to sneeze in public, please.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I can respect that. Let's go somewhere else.
I entirely forgot. It's been an hour. This might be slightly loud on your part, so just where the gear is in the top right, make it so the music is a thing. But I decided to use. By the way, this video is sponsored by Roll20 because we're using it, and I am using tabletop audio that they have provided. Let it be known. Ambience work.
Where the fuck is that?
It should be playing, right? Hopefully, is it playing for you guys?
Currently isn't.
It's playing for me. Can you go into Juke's box? That's right next to the right of the journal.
Yeah,
Actually,
no,
right
it says it's playing, but I don't hear it.
Oh, you might have to then put it a bit higher. It's just ambience noise of people working.
It's fully up.
Check the gear part. There's also
I am on
a
the-
master music volume level.
Yes, it's all the way to the right.
I'm gonna be real, I don't know.
Even
them.
volume mixer is not showing that it's not working.
Anybody else hear it?
I can hear it.
No.
Well, I have confirmation from one player, and even though democracy should rule, this all sounds like a you problem, guys.
Wait, let me check something. Maybe it's because of the browser.
Possibly. It should start when I just drag the players onto it.
Let me.
Oh yeah. Also, since people are doing stuff, wait, did you just put a filter, Mia, on your camera? You look gray screened.
I look what?
You look like gray screened, like grayish, all of it.
My light sucks.
It actually fits pretty well. While people are
Yeah,
doing
I
some
have gray skin. Goes great.
technical stuff, shout out to an individual known as Steelbonds. He provided with us the compendium. Thank you, my guy. Mwah. That's all the sponsors we have.
Yeah, it doesn't even work for me on Chrome, so. Yep.
I guess we'll try that later on.
Let me just let me reload the page. Maybe it's as simple as that.
Don't know. I just know that it's playing for me, and I'm not sure how Roll20 fully functions with all of this. So,
Not very well.
Seemingly.
No, this has happened before. Sometimes for some people it plays, sometimes it doesn't, and well, it's luck based.
Well, if that's the case, do you guys have in the Jukes box the audio? Do you have playlists that you actually see below? Is that
Yeah, I see town music, medieval town by Tabletop Audio.
Just click play on that. That is on the Jukes box. That is right.
I don't have the play on.
We don't have play option.
Yeah, on it.
I see the thingy moving. It's moving. I don't hear it.
I don't see it moving for me. It's
Okay.
at 152.
Moving.
Doesn't matter then. We'll try and do technical issues later. I just Roll20 really nice. Be good at. Shout out to Roll20. Continuing on. Yeah, you guys can. So I mean, there's a few receptions. Do you want me to just quickly improv and describe them, and then you can choose which one you like?
Cat here's one.
Zamaan, they're leaving you behind. Even the goddess looks at you and is like.
No, I'm gonna stick with Zamaan.
We're kidding.
No, I'm gonna stick with Zamaan. No,
Zamaan. You can go on. You can go on. I'm gonna read the book. I'm gonna read the book anyway.
I was kidding. I was
need
kidding
to-
about the cat girl.
I mean, reading the book's fine and all, but you still need to register. Let's go.
Okay.
Just, well, if you feel like you have to sneeze, don't sneeze under contract. I think we have to pay for those additionally.
I mean, everybody could sue us as well, but I'll try not to sneeze.
This is fun already. But you guys go towards the sort of the tabaxi. To note for individuals who do not know, tabaxis aren't, well, human-looking with cat ears. It's more like a
Cat,
full-on
yeah.
cat. Sort of just writing in, like dealing with like a specific, like a single adventure right now, sort of talking, and you can dressed in nice sort of formal clothing, almost like a suit, working, and you can notice because due to like bending over and like sort of writing and working things out with the adventure, just a tail in the back, obviously wiggling back and forth slowly, and you sit in line.
I'm gonna lean over to Zamaan and say, "You think he can use another pen with that tail and like double his speed?"
I don't know. Can we speak later?
No worries, no worries. Wait, let me check. I might have something for you. Ah, yes. You can maybe use these. I'll pull out 2 ball bearings. You can plug your noses. Plug your nose.
This is a bit heavy, but I think it can work. Does that sound weird?
Maybe a bit, but it's fine. And at least you're not gonna burn the place down.
Thank you.
And hey, look. I'm better use the person on the receiving end won't be happy, so 2 for 1, 2 for 1.
I just nod.
As you do that, the adventurer sort of in old-fashioned bureaucracy, gets all his folders, puts them in like a parchment, like has a little bit of problem putting all the papers in because it's just too narrow. It's like, damn, get in there. Sort of bows, to the reception. Go, you're next in line. Sort of still, sort of slumped over. Next.
Enthusiastic.
She sort of looks at all of you. Sort of looks at all of you. Looks right, and sort of as you sort of follow her head, you see one of those candles that are like used for like looking at time and stuff. Sort of looks back at you guys. How can I help you?
Oh, is it just before closing?
I'm looking at when my break is. But she sort of gets up. I gotta work. That's how I eat. So, sort of looks at all of you, and sort of looks at what can you can kind of just pick out who is a god or who is a a goddess and all that stuff. They kind of have this like sort of kind of this aura about them, Sort of looks.
They use Hamon.
Well, considering your goddess is here, I'm going to go on the assumption that you guys here might, and that I've never seen you before, are here to register as adventurers, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That makes me happy, because that's not my job. Sandra! One moment. Sandra! And you see this just...
You really think they should have labels for these things, huh? And not just like stalls willy-nilly? Because, never mind, where's Sandra?
If you want to complain about the management of the guild, I am happily to inform you that here is a book. Here you can write your grievances.
I'm
Yes.
sure the management's fine, but can I have a word with the janitorial department? We need to make some signs.
I don't get paid.
I'm just saying this in advance, 3-year-old.
I don't get paid enough for this. She just sort of takes the book back.
Can I have a question, please?
She sort of looks at you questionably.
Is Sandra a tabaxi as well, like you?
No.
No offense.
No, she's a regular human.
Thank you. I have allergies. Sorry, no offense.
She actually sort of giggles. First time anybody's told me that. I suppose none taken. Oh, here's Sandra. And you sort of see this short blonde hair sort of deal. Sort of like glasses, roundish glasses. Has that sort of nerd vibe, I suppose, to them. Or rather than nerd vibe. Yeah, no, nerd vibe, but a little bit of methodical. Just somebody who looks like that, sort of holding what seems to already be a book and some papers, and sort of looks, nods, follow me, and she sort of exits through a reception door, like one of the doors that leads to the receptions that is usually locked, and just starts walking, and you follow her. You go sort of up the stairs a bit, to blindfold, like legitimately. You follow upstairs, like sort of what would be like the second floor of this place, and just go what seems to be, it's still obviously good looking, but it's sort of kind of like a random door just goes into it, and you can see that there's almost like a small mini conference room sort of deal, sort of office feel. Table. One side has a lot of chairs, one side has one chair, all of that sort of deal. A little bit of decoration, bookshelves, make it look neat and proper. Sort of unlocks, opens the door, and holds it all for you. Please make your way inside and take a seat.
Just a second. I hand over the ball bearings back to Avi. They were a bit snotty, but here you go. Thank you again.
Is this in the other pouch? I'm gonna go in and pick up a chair.
Like, pick up.
Like,
I run towards the bookshelves and just sort of touch them like they're the most orgasmic thing in the world and read every title aloud.
Yeah, no, you guys are having fun. She just sits down, sort of places everything, the book on one side, contracts on one side, and you can see, sort of almost like OCD, really placed like how it is, but not to the point where it's constantly correcting. You can see that she's trained in this. Not her first rodeo, I suppose, with this. Sort of makes everything prepped, pens, inks, all of that stuff. So, you want to register as a adventuring party and a familia, correct?
Yes.
The
I
goddess
suppose.
nods. Good. Do all of you know how to write?
Do we?
I don't.
I do.
It's generally thought of as you do to a degree.
Bro, I'm an orphan in the slums. What do you mean?
I mean, you had some people.
How?
If you want to go with that.
I mean, fine, let's do it.
How do you want to go about this? I'm asking you as a player. Want to be illiterate or literate? Technically, the game says you be literate.
Okay, fine, I'll be literate.
Sure you.
I thought you'd be stricter about shit like that. I'm not gonna lie.
But nah, the game usually goes with this because otherwise we have sometimes issues. But either way, she looks great. She sort of moves one thing to the side, almost as it's not going to be quite needed. So, first and foremost, the usual goes. Signing, here's your contract, each and every single one of you, as she sort of slides them on the table, passes them out. Please read them, just so you are aware of what all of this entails. And just by slightly reading, it's a lot of like that corporate jumbo mumbo, like confirming that this is you saying stuff, here you gotta, sign, put your signature here. Becoming an adventurer is dangerous work. All deaths that occur in the tower is not liable to the adventuring guild. Stuff happens. That sort of deal, just making sure you don't get sued, basically. Just pristine and proper. There's not real, you guys can go double look at the fine print and stuff, but nothing there that is inherently made to, well, fuck you, right? There's nothing there's to mess you up, to be a hindrance. It's just mostly making sure that the adventuring guild is working, that there is no collateral damage, all of that sort of deal. If you've read this, please sort of hands and ink, ink and pen. She has like 3 of them, so you guys can sort of share. Put your signatures where the line is. You
All right.
proceed to do so. The goddess does as well. The goddess gets a contract. You can notice that the goddess has a little bit of a different contract, but it's more of the sense that it's worded differently for them. All that. Good. That's going to be the that part. Next is actually getting licensed. So another pack of papers. These ones seem a bit more. Just to note, sorry, because I can see in DMs. Emilia, I can't move it to Discord because that fucks everything up. Please write to me in Roll20. To do so, just let me write it out to you, and then text the X is text. You don't have to have the quotation marks. You see that this one is much more blank. And she goes, simply put your hand over the paper and hold it there for approximately 5 seconds. You'll feel when the magic starts to work. That is going to sort of indicate to the guild what your profession, occupation, class, all that sort of deal is.
I have a question. Is the paper fireproof? I might burn it on accident.
Worry not. And if that is the case, I am terribly sorry that I have not taken you into consideration. One moment.
I mean, it's a bit rude. I am a fire Genasi. It's a bit obvious. I'm red.
She
like fire's red and shit.
doesn't react to you. Doesn't honestly care.
I've seen some pretty angry barbarians. So yeah, I've seen some red people.
Doesn't take note of your continuous comment. She just sort of, from her book, just picks up another one. This one, a little bit. You can see that there's a little bit of a differentiation there in terms of texture and material. Sort of slides it over again. Please proceed to put your hands on it.
As you wish.
And everybody does, with the only exception being the goddess, because that is kind of known in a way. And yeah, you put it, and you don't feel anything instantly, but after a second or two of just holding it there, you almost feel as if something is slightly enveloping your hand. Just the slightest bit of, it has this little bit of a staticky, tingly effect that sort of encompasses your entire hand, and sort of, you can feel almost swirls. You don't see it, you just feel it before it starts residing back up to your fingertips and then disappearing. And as you sort of keep it there, she goes, you may remove it now. Sort of plop up, and you see your handprint or talon print. It works both ways, don't worry. Sort of placed there, and sort of as a ink, but then it starts getting absorbed and sort of just starts forming text and stuff. And yeah, it basically just describes what class you guys are, what you are in terms of profession and what you've sort of gone for, almost your inner what you are. Sort of takes a looks at it, looks good, looks good, looks good, looks good. Sort of tidy, puts it at the side. Well, with that, yes.
Would I have an issue because my character doesn't have fingernails and fingertips?
Nah. It's just more it takes the shape of it and then sort of replicates it onto the thing.
Okay.
If you want, who has Arcane here? Proficiency in Arcane. They can roll it.
Fucking not me.
I have it as well.
That's
I said not me.
Sadly, that's advantage. I'm taking the first, the left roll.
Adi, do you know how to roll with not advantage?
Hopefully there should be a query at the top of the sheet.
Yeah. At the top of the sheet, there says advantage, normal, disadvantage. Like 3 buttons.
Let me open it up. Actually, no. For some reason,
What?
his doesn't have. Let me fix that for you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Roll queries. No. Whisper auto damage. No. Proficiency. Where the hell is this? Queries. Oh, advantage toggle. There you go. Do you see it now, Adi? Above your armor class, initiative, and speed. Yeah. No, you don't have to re-roll. I'm taking the first roll, anyways. Okay. Anybody else proficient in Arcane? Yeah, you can roll. Like, you don't have to like raise your hand. You can just, if I say if you're proficient in it, you can roll for it.
Okay, so I just click normal and then click on it.
Yeah. And click on the Arcana. Okay. Cool. So with 1114, you don't know the full inner workings nor how unusual or powerful this is. But what you can garner sort of from a first glance, that this seems to be more, I do believe this would fall into more of an abjuration based, possibly transmutation. But to, maybe a more experienced eyes, it could even be a mix of both. You're not exactly sure on what the actual school is, but it definitely has, something to do with more like layers and sort of putting it out, sort of checking inside. To hell, even your regard, it could even be some form of weird form of divination magic. Not exactly sure, but it definitely is a bit, unique. You haven't seen this kind of spell before, but it doesn't seem to be, practical in the sense of, where you're heading. More seems practical in bureaucracy work.
Okay.
Governments love it. But it's an interesting spell nonetheless that seems to be sort of inbuilt with its formula on the paper. That's as much as you can sort of garner from there. After taking all the papers and looking, so this is where you've officially registered. You're under the, of course, taking your goddess's name. You will, of course, be now known as part of the, and excuse me if I mispronounce this, Peripetea familia. As such, I swear to God, if you put fairy to platypus, okay, you didn't. Well, here comes and this is mostly told as you are new adventurers and such, a basic guideline of how the tower and, well, what you should be on the lookout for when it comes to adventuring. As you know, the tower has an entrance. From there, you will approach to a teleporter, which will lead you down onto the first floor of the tower. From there, you will be adventuring, hopefully. The what might interest you the most, of course, there are quests on the quest board. There are slaying monsters will drop some of you might know. You would know because you've worked with them here and there before. An essence known as Quintium. These will be dropped from the various monsters after you slay them. This can be traded into the guild for gold, obviously. To see the worthwhileness of this Quintium, the larger it is, first and foremost, the more worth, and the more filled in, the less transparent, the better. So if you find anything that is not very transparent, that is large, and it is indeed Quintium, please bring it back, and we will of course pay handsomely. thank you, Redomer. You can't oust me like this. Next on the agenda is that the tower has various terrains as you adventure through, changing every few floors. Currently, on this month, the first floor that will be of interest for you, as you are a beginning party, is that of, well, caves. Not quite beginner friendly, but it should be sufficient enough. Not as dangerous in terms of hazards. The tower changes every month, so new terrains will be formed, so don't get used to one floor too much. Other basic precautions: gear up, of course. Be ready for anything. There are very dangerous monsters down below. There are, of course, some have been reported here and there to be more intelligent than others. Be wary of them, of course. And yes, to progress to another level, you will find a similar teleporter as to the one on the tower as you venture through the floors. And after interacting with it, you will be simply teleported to the next floor. I wouldn't recommend going so far back, and note, you can always go back into a teleporter where it is. But every I need to check, but I think I put it as every 5 floors. But give me just a bit. Need to see this. No, not there. Nope, not there. Ah, I don't expect you to arrive that quickly, but every 10 floors you will have the tower will create a special teleporter that will allow you to easily go back all the way to the safe zone, the tower itself, and you will be able to return to that point as well later on. But I would recommend, as you are a beginner party, don't take any quests for the time being. Simply go in, well equipped, of course, and explore the first floor a bit. Just try and get your bearings up and running and, well, see how it works. Any other questions?
So the only thing about quests right now is you don't recommend us taking them.
Most of the quests tend to work in slightly lower levels. The first level is considered, and don't take this offensively, of course, it is just something the adventurers call, way too beginner level, in the most modest way of saying it. You're not going to find valuable resources there, and, well, the Quintium that the monsters drop tend to be quite on the lower side. And, of course, you might have presumed this, but the lower you go in the tower, well, the more dangerous it gets.
I understand. Thank you.
Any other questions? Very well then. She sort of takes all her papers, sort of puts them in this ledger, then locks them, sort of picks it up again. If that is the case, Perpetua familia, welcome. Thank you for applying as being a familia and adventure, and I wish you good luck in your in your adventures. Boo, give me, what would this be? It's kind of big, but it's not quite. Just give me a general stealth roll. Though this is on the harder side because, well, you have to be fully blind, so roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Click.
Because it was disadvantage, you both roll and you take the lower one. So natural one.
Yeah. Sad.
You all, as you sort of all sort of like looking and sort of that kind of half ready state of like going up and leaving. Yeah, you start to get up and things, and you hear just like a big clank, and you just see as you sort of turn, sort of reflexively, all of you just bird guy holding a chair to just accidentally bumped into another, and it's like looking at you guys.
Hey, look, I was offered this.
She sort of goes in,
I can respect that though.
unlocks the thing, looks at your thing. Avi, correct?
Yes?
This is Adventurer Guild property. You are not allowed to bring it with you.
I thought I was offered it at the beginning. You said take a seat.
He has a point. I'm saying diplomatically he is correct.
Roll me.
Aren't you bound by the words you say?
Roll me. I'm not actually going to put this one on disadvantage purely because she is that proper when it comes to rules. Roll me persuasion, just flat out. She sort of looks. Sadly, this will come out of my salary, but you are right. I need to be more careful with my wording. Therefore,
I just got the most devious lick, I swear to fucking God.
Therefore, yes, you may bring the chair with you.
Thank you.
But
And hey, we all make mistakes. It's okay.
only
I'm sure you.
one.
Yeah. Oh yes, I was the one that spoke to you, and I assume you spoke back to me. So of course. Thank you.
Good luck with your adventures and enjoy your chair.
Thank
She
you.
opens the door for all of you to exit. You have that moment where, like, you're not exactly sure how to bring the chair exactly, so you actually bump the edge a little bit and, like, shit, bring it out. She just.
Demi did kind of fuck me there because I told him, like in private DMs, not to tell that
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I wanted to stealth roll it like past all of you.
My bad. Honestly, didn't notice because like multiple messages. But yeah, you have a chair. How would I make this? Is there an
Hey, look,
appropriate?
it's a fancy chair.
It. You know what? Hold up. I
And
mean,
we could use some chairs at our hideout though.
I'm looking. This would most likely. Does anybody have anything like proficiency in carpenter's tools or whatnot?
Fucking jewels, tools, and a thieves skin, or all thieves tools.
Okay. Uh, just anything like that could be sort of similar or used for the chair. If not, then
I could mend the chair if it's
nah, it's not
damaged.
broken. It's good condition. Um, but two of you can roll me then, since you guys don't have only two. Choose amongst yourself to roll me just a straight intelligence check, just intelligence. Sure.
Not it.
Can I?
I have a 10 in intelligence.
Shush. Just say if you want to do it or not.
Yeah. Like in character, all I thought of was just, haha,
Chair.
loot.
Fucking gremlin. But yeah, roll me the intelligence then, Zamaan. This is just to give you an approximation of like.
Fuck it, I'll do the second roll if no one else wants to.
Sure, just
Do I click on like
Intelligence,
the
yeah.
saving throw?
yeah. You just click on no. You don't click on the saving throw. You just click on the intelligence, not the intelligence save. Intelligence check.
Intelligence in the attributes.
Yeah, perfect. Zamaan, I mean, it looks like a pretty. I mean, compared to the chair you had a basement. Yeah, I mean, it's hella better, but you can't quite get approximate price on it. But I mean, it looks nice. The wood feels good, so presumably it's worth a good amount. Avi, it's a chair. Who the fuck? Who prices a chair too expensively?
Exactly.
Hey,
I'm just gonna I'm gonna take this back real quick, guys. Be right back.
bring it back?
I mean, the chair isn't heavier than 150 pounds, I'm sure.
No,
But we need some chairs in our hideout. No one will miss it, and she gave it to you, fair and square.
I mean, yeah, exactly, brother. No, I mean, take this back, as in take this back to our hideout. What you meant? Fuck no, not gonna return it.
I
reception.
don't know. Choose your words better.
Receptionist is still kind of nearby, and she sort of looks at you. Considering I have learned a lesson from you, Avi, I can guard the chair until you come back.
I respect your word now. And I'll just like put the chair down, like pat it.
Thank
No,
you.
I'll take it back into inside the room.
Opens. You gingerly leave it. Sort of closes, locks it. And there's just a little bit of a silence, like awkward. It's like, yes, I have done just done this, and like,
I think literally I've done this and there's nothing you could have done to stop me.
but she proceeds to go back to her receptionist duties, and you guys are there in the main lobby still. And the goddess just goes and says, "Well, good thinking, Avi. For the rest of you, well, hopefully everything's all right. Shall we shall I show you where to go? Well, actually, I don't know either. We can just ask somebody. Are you guys ready to go down? First adventure.
Yes.
Are you going with us?
I can't. I actually, well, am one, not allowed, and second, the teleporter that she mentioned, I was briefed about this slightly, seemingly doesn't work with me. So, unfortunately, I cannot follow you.
Fair enough.
Does it have a chance of, misfiring with any one of us?
Let's hope not.
Is
Good.
there anything we should know before our quest?
Don't die.
Any other hints?
Bring back a lot of Quintium.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm not. I've never adventured before, so I really can't tell you what's down there. And I only listen to her. Learning experience for all of us. Humble beginnings. Remember.
May we have your humble blessings then.
Yes, of course you may. And well, I'm going to wish you all good luck, of course. Good luck. And I'll keep you in my heart.
In your humble heart?
In my humble heart.
I hope you humbly also clean our hideout.
Oh, my sister's on that. My sister's
In
on
advance.
that already.
I have already done to do so. Plan to do so. Of course, because of that, I won't be able to wait for you here, so just when you're done and hopefully in good condition, just make your way back to our hideout, the basement. How do you guys want to refer to that place?
Home.
Home.
I'll still call it hideout.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Well, there's one more vote here. Arcane.
Please frame credits.
There are 2 for home.
I have taken a liking to the bird boy. We shall call it home.
3 against 1, Zamaan. It is home.
Okay, then we'll call it home.
No. We can make a hideout inside. We can dig deeper.
We can make a pillow fort.
Always dig deeper.
Well,
By the way, I'm just gonna. I promise I won't take it. I'm just gonna take a quick peek at the quest at the very top of the board. I'm not gonna take any. Just wanna peek.
Okay. The quest
I'll
that
join him in that.
yeah no
How tall is that? Sorry, but how big is the thing again?
like 5 meters width, like
Mhm.
just goes, and then 2 meters like high.
Okay,
So it is sizable, and obviously framing is eloquent. But yeah, obviously you have to
Yes, it can speak very well.
elegant. My bad. Words are hard. You look at the top one, and whoever put it there either had a ladder or was very tall. But you look at the quest, and it seems to have been made a bit crudely. You see words: dragon scale want, and then like what would be an appropriate gold amount? Let's go with. I mean, if it's per dragon scale or stuff, let's go with like 50 gold pieces per dragon scale. I'm just throwing out a number right now out here. And then you just see a really badly drawn dragon.
Hmm.
And there's a
That
point.
seems like a decent equipoise between the reward and the coin?
You're not sure if this is a joke quest, because you actually do look around. There are some joke quests where like,
Can you roll investigation?
sure, roll an investigation just to see like if there's anything interesting. But this is just like scour the board. So yeah, just go on investigation sheet, and it is normal, no advantage, no nothing. Can you find it?
You want me to roll or Fredda to roll? Or
I mean,
Boots
you're the
roll?
one. You're
You're
the one
who asked.
said it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're the one.
Yeah, you're the one who asked, so like I'm expecting you to do it. Yeah, you're not.
What are the rules?
Welcome to early game. You look around and it's kind of same predicament. You're not sure if it's a joke or not, because as I said, you have some quests that are just like big monster drawn. It's like kill one copper piece, hehe, XD. Then you have some that are a bit more morbidous, like Dad lost, please find, left the bar and never came back. Like there's people shitposting here, basically. So when you compare that with the actual quests, which are actually well written out, reward and all of that, this one up here is kind of like a weird mix, and you're really not sure if it's a well-made shitpost or if it's just an actual quest.
I want to take literally every single shitpost quest that I can see. Literally every single one. Look, if they can shitpost quests on the board, I can shitpost rewards. And look, I will have completed their quest. The guild would literally compel them to pay me.
Yeah, you can pick it. You're obviously getting watches. Like, who the fuck's picking up this many quests? And then you probably have, let's say, like about, because this is a big ass board and there's like a lot of requests. I'm gonna go with like 50 shitpost requests.
A to-do list.
Yeah, just note, most of them don't have a name on them, just a bullshit prize, and the ones that do have names are like also shitpost names, like Fart Gefunkel.
The first thing I'm gonna do, is for the, missing dad one, I'm gonna pay a homeless person to go to that dude's house and be like, hey, yo, this is your dad. And if their actual dad is there, I'm gonna be like, no, your wife cheated on him. Like, what do you mean? I will literally break a family for this.
Yeah, but you can write in your inventory, I suppose, just 50 shitpost quests. I honestly don't know how to better name them. Also, I will place it in your inventory for now. I will make a what is it called? A handout later on for like what you have in your in home. But just for the time being in your inventory, just put good chair. And there's literally no better way to say it. But yeah, you have your quests. Where to or what now? What would you like to do?
Can I? Is there any quest left on the board? Can I investigate if there's a good quest that has a good payout and that is maybe easy?
Make me an investigation roll.
Okay.
Okay. With a 13, what you see is there's some looking for like quests for like mining expeditions or killing a specific thing and bringing it back, or looking for a herb at level in the X terrain, stuff like that. Most of this tends to be on the lower levels as quests go, and people are sort of need more of the rare things. But I will say with a 13, you are able to find a quest that is very modest. And it's basically just a quest for like looking for cave mushrooms. And like so and like he gives like a actually there's like a name for it. Does anybody have lore not lore nature nature proficiency?
I do not
I have survival.
yet. I mean, I have survival too.
I wouldn't say survival works in this case because it's about knowing something.
I have a lore book. Maybe there's something in it in my scholar's pack.
uh I wouldn't say that necessarily goes for random cave mushrooms, but there is a description given to it, and it looks from what the description, and I mean, you Gildurk would probably actually know this just from being family raised on where you were. Actually, no, you wouldn't. Never mind then. Yeah, he gives a description. Well, a non-colorful, brownish-looking cave mushroom. That's all there is. It's the basic description, basic sort of drawing, nothing too much. And the reward is basically, well, for like a handful, right? I'm not sure how much that would be, like 200, 300 grams maybe, is like 5 gold pieces worth. Because it's like a request, it's like looking for it specifically. So, there is a payout to it, but not anything compared to what you've seen on the other things. So, if you want, you can go and take this quest to Mushroom Farm.
I'll take the quest.
Sure. Once again, you have to, as sort of procedure goes, you take the quest, then you just go and confirm it with the receptionist. You go to some other receptionist this time, seemingly a very polite, nice half elf, man, just sort of in proper procedure, just sort of looks, doesn't speak much, just sort of very body language, etiquette wise, and just sort of approves, sort of gives back the sort of like most quests have actual quests have like a double form, so like one that the guild has and one that you keep just to know what the quest is, right? So you keep the one that's sort of stamped that is approved by you. They have their own quest approved. So anything else before we presumably go down?
I got nothing.
Okay then. So, after getting your quest, an actual quest this time around, you guys, ask a little bit for instructions just for like clarity's sakes, and like, there's people out there who will just tell you, and you go through a big hallway. This hallway is kind of almost functions as a sort of a memorial as well as you sort of pass these like large, constantly open gates. Pillars. There's like busts of people, statues, sort of small banners like familia households, various people that some of you may or may not recognize, have seen, have not seen, all of that shenanigan, just sort of commemorating people that have some form of importance or have shown themselves or have put themselves into like the annals of history, right?
Narcissistic.
Well, yeah. Welcome to how it goes. But following that down, there's adventures coming and going. Like you pass some parties that seem a bit more rough and tough. You pass this one party that is sort of really holding on. You can see somebody in like very bloodied sort of armor, blood all over. Uh-oh. Adi just died.
Check.
I don't.
Yeah, it seems his internet died.
Oh no.
Or either his internet or power.
Oh, what an unexpected turn of events. Who could have predicted that?
Yes, and I don't have OBS set up for this. Oh no. Hey, wait a second.
Back.
Yes, and he is taking my spot on OBS now.
When he
Great.
turns on his camera, it'll change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it will, but I'm just like, there we go. Welcome back, Carlos. And
We don't hear you.
Sorry, Discord just reset on its own.
Yeah, no problemo. And you see that, like as I said, a bloodied man who's sort of like rough, a sort of cloaked individual in more lighter armor who also has blood, and you can see some scratches and things, and they're like barely alive, and then you just see one individual who seems to be in very like cloak. You can see actually Zamaan, similar to you, has like a book, just preen and proper. Nothing wrong happened. And like just sort of talking to the guys who are wounded, and a little bit of a scuffle happens there. It's like just like, why didn't you use the spell? I didn't think I had to. What do you mean you didn't have to? Just the usual adventure banter. As you,
I have a thing. Can I approach the man?
yes, you can.
Hello?
Yeah, you see this, I said cloaked, well, not cloak, this sort of robed individual, sort of more going on the greenish sort of tint and form. I would say it's an elf. Good looking, has this sort of hair that's sort of like almost kind of spiked up, right? Just to look a bit more ferocious. Sort of looks and goes, yes? Hello.
Can I ask you something?
Uh, One moment. They're not all the dungeons looking at. Yes.
You have a nice book there. Where did you get it? I am a connoisseur of a kind.
It's mine, and I've gotten it from long ago. Who are you?
I am just a friendly adventurer face. I wanted to ask you, do you play cards?
I don't quite have time for this. Is there anything you actually want?
No, not really. Just wanted to talk a bit with some fellow adventurers.
As
If you're busy, I won't bother you anymore.
thank you.
I'm gonna approach for the back is like, oh no, like what my friend here means is just he thinks your book looks very nice, and he likes how well kept it is. You know, he really appreciates his books. He is a bit awkward around people. I do apologize for that, but I hope you guys are okay. You seem to have gone through a lot.
He sort of looks at you, looks at him. Apologies then, if that is the case. I may have been a bit aggressive in this case. Thank you. But we are busy, as you may see. And the adventurers go from looking from you, and as he says, as you see, and he's like, bruh. They give them the two. Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna be like, no. I completely understand. Then I'm just gonna say, okay, come on, Zamaan, let's go. And we're gonna start walking away, and I'm going to, at the right time, I'm going to quickly turn around and walk past him,
Okay.
past the from his back,
Are you
and I'm
playing
going to try to yoink the book. Yes.
it? He is currently holding it in his hands. Um, like
Ah,
like it is like there. So I will tell you this right now.
I have a sudden urge to sneeze. I think I got some cat hair from the lady from the Tabaxian that worked as a receptionist, and I'm kind of standing in front of that guy, and I may sneeze directly into him.
So we need to save the book.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Just because, why not? Let's at least have an attempt. Not saying that you couldn't. Zamaan, make me a deception roll.
Okay.
Just flat out. You try to pretend, but it doesn't end up being as convincing as you want to. Perhaps, the actual hit is very different. And you, presumably taking this as an approach, may roll sleight of hand with disadvantage. And I will note as a friendly gesture, since this is session 1, the DC for this is going to be very high. In what way would you like to help? How would you like to help?
Look, I mean, sorry, but this would be. I mean, look, it would be great to have help, but this is kind of like completely impromptu and improvised on the spot. I don't know how we would plan for that. Like, even you planning to sneeze like that is a bit stretching it.
How about just deception? How about intimidation?
I would say.
They're wounded. They're wounded.
Yes, but they're also probably looking at their equipment. They're better off than you. I would say because I would kind of go with Boo in this case. That due to his being very impromptu and very fast, you wouldn't really have a moment to sort of cooperate with them. This is like those like when two people just vibe with each other, look at each other, it's like achoo, yay. That's kind of this deal. So roll me sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Oh,
And
God,
the
afraid.
DC is going to be high.
I can imagine. What's the DC? Oh,
17. I'm not gonna tell you the DC because it literally is in its demands thing. You sneeze. It sort of catches him off guard for a second, as you sort of
It's not 17, it's 20, by the way. Because I rolled with advantage.
disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
So it takes
Right,
the lower
right.
one.
Yeah, my bad.
Well, I would not give you advantage for this, bro.
Yeah, no. Bad.
I will tell you. So as you sneeze and sort of he gets like you get a quick reaction out of him as he fires, like sort of like just backs off for a second. It's like, ew. You try and go for the book. As he holds it, he sort of like reflexively tugs it, looks back at you. Sort of like, but what is the meaning of this?
We gotta go. I'm gonna fly to
Gods,
the teleporter.
gods, you bastards, get the fuck. And no, the adventurers are like, no, don't, like when the scrawny wizard is like being angry, he's like, no, don't. And you have attracted the notions, like, because there are going to be some personnel looking like sort of like, huh, what the fuck. And as you just sort of scuttle forward, those two kind of go forward. What do you two do? By the way, the teleporter is basically like you can see it from a distance in front of you, and there's just like sort of like, you know, people positioned. So getting to the teleporter is, and you can see where it is, by the way. Gildurk, Arcane, you just see these two people attempt thievery in daylight, or pickpocketing, I suppose, without it being in a pocket. What would you like to do now as you see these two bolt?
They turn around and I'm gonna go back home. Like, I need to, like, how far away are we actually away from, like,
The
the
teleporter?
home?
Or home?
Yeah. Like, how long did we, like, walk?
Probably like 30 minutes, I would say.
Can I try deception plus performance to try being diplomatic in this situation?
How would yeah, you can, but tell me how you would go about it.
You know, guys, let's be reasonable. This is a 3-year-old child, and this is clearly a mentally disabled person in this case. Let's all be reasonable.
Sure, make me a deception check.
Okay.
With disadvantage as well, because you're trying to persuade a person who was just that no, this isn't real thievery that's happening. This is just a mistake.
You better pray right now.
I'm literally still gonna continue going to the teleporter. What do you mean?
Well, this has gone
I'm
off.
not gonna stop for that.
This has gone to a great start.
This is a mess.
Okay, can't prove anything. It's his word against mine.
Yeah, no, you try and convince, and he just looks at you more with disbelief, like, are you, huh?
Are you high?
Like, I'm where are the gods? And the gods finally, you know, sort of approach, and they're basic guards, you know, they have some armor on them, they have sort of, you know, signia, sort of spears. Like, what's going on here? Oh fuck, they've already gone in. And you guys, by the way, have, as you sort of turn Arcade, you just see these two people just go up to like the guards as they're sort of like the ones back. Hey, how do you go into teleporter? Just when this guy gets like, you press on it. Cool. Wink. You Zamaan and what is it called? Avi just touch the teleporter. Yoink. Go down. And as you sort of Arcane looks, they were trying to steal from me. And the guards just go, who? Little bird guy and a
I
red.
see no bird.
He's. Are you? This has
You're
to be.
actually gonna gaslight him, holy shit.
Sort of, and like, he starts being even more aggressive, sort of pushing through, and it's like, oh, seriously, do you know how worth this spell book is? This is my entire life's worth, and I am not going to be stolen from in the middle of the day. This is an outrage against guild principles, protocols, and the guards just sort of hold him back. Sir, calm down, sir.
Yo, Karen, chill.
For a moment.
God bless. Yeah, and
we need to roll persuasion or anything for the guards.
No. They're just gonna look at you and just go like, "Sir, explain calmly. Calm down. Explain what happened." And he starts trying to explain, and the guards sort of, are trying to listen. If you want to interject, by the way, because he's basically going to be telling them sort of what happened. You can very much, as Boo suggested, attempt to gaslight.
What do we roll for that?
First, tell me how you gaslight. Tell me the words you use.
Wait, where the hell is... Okay, he's on a break. Feeling... Wait. Okay, wait. Can we just go in a way that, like... Can we just do it, like, similarly, like, I don't know what is wrong. He's clearly hit his head in battle. He's clearly got a concussion. He is clearly hurt. There's no one here. Have you seen any birds? Do anything like that?
Okay, roll me a deception. This isn't going to be at a disadvantage because it's not against the elf. This is more focusing on the guards and stuff.
Oh my god. Wait. I need... Which one? Deception?
Yeah, just deception without advantage or disadvantage. Yeah, with a 24, it's just sir, they sort of look, and as you sort of try to persuade the guards and whatnot, sir, and obviously, by the way, the wounded individuals in the back are trying to make him stop because they know what kind of person he seemingly is, and like he's going to attack the guards, and we're more fucked. You didn't get stolen from. Get used to this, motherfucker. I want to go home and eat some biscuits. That sort of idea. Like those people are just like, look, we're gonna get back at them. We're just chill. And you sort of go with the guards and say, look,
They're gonna get back at us. All I hear is they're gonna give us another opportunity to get the book.
sir, you're clearly wounded. Go to the medic. I'm not wounded. I was about to be stolen from. They start arguing. Yeah, they start arguing, and the guards are just sort of look and just go like, sort of, misunderstandings happen all the time. We're sorry for this. The guild will attempt to up their protocol. Sir, you're under arrest. Calm the fuck. And you're like, we're going to the briefing now. And it's like, when he hears that, it's like, where's that William Dafoe? You can't do this to me. You know how much I've invested in this guild. You'll hear from my god about this. I'll get a lawyer. Sir, calm down. And he just sort of looks at you, like with that sort of blood gaze before he gets loud. You haven't heard the lots from me. I'll get you folks. You and your little bird.
And your darn bird too.
Please, sir, get yourself checked out. Your health is of utmost importance. Don't worry.
The other adventurers, though wounded, you're not sure, but they also kind of give that little bit of a gaze, not glaze, my bad. That gaze of like, just like, on one point, fuck you, on another, well, fuck you. And they just sort of proceed to leave with the guards going. So, you're alive, you're not in jail. Session 1 didn't...
I propose Gilder and I join the others.
Well, Gildurk, Redomer isn't here.
Yeah.
But, and he said that he tries to go home, but Hello, Redomer.
Hello.
You weren't here. Situation diffused after a roll of 24 on
Gaslighted
deception.
them.
Gaslighted the fucking elf.
Please, we need to fucking talk tactics before we can go anywhere.
But yes, the guards sort of going away, sort of the idea that he might have been, hit on the head and is now just ludicrous. Because, by the way, Zamaan and Avi aren't in this place. They've already teleported out. But yes, he has sworn vengeance on you people now. The elf mage. I now have to make a character. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
At least we get to kill elves. That's always a good thing.
No, he just gives us another opportunity to get the boat. He's being
Yeah,
stupid.
we got nothing out of this. Well, we didn't go to jail, so that's good.
So Gildurk,
To be honest, when he noticed, I should have just said I tug harder and then I bolt.
So, Gildurk, are you going to what is it called? Continue home or go now that the situation is diffused?
I mean, I went for pretty early. I don't think I would have seen the shit being diffused.
Maybe he heard guards being like, "There's a ludicrous man."
Yeah, you probably would have heard them because there was a lot of yelling.
Reaching. Okay, I understand. I'm not allowed to go home.
Yes. Thank you
Fine,
you for understanding as a player.
Wow, so flexible. Where's that improv? Huh?
I've been improving this entire moment, you little bitch.
But failed in the
You
most
can't,
brutal one.
look, you can't put something that seems valuable in front of a rogue, my guy.
Neither do you have
Yes,
to
you
steal
can.
it. Yes, you can. You don't have to steal it. What are
Also, book is life, so careful with books and me.
understandable, my good sir. I know how to proceed in the future now. So, Redomer, home is now teleporter.
Fine.
You can
I will
choose.
return. So what the fuck was this about?
I
Well,
tried to steal a book, failed,
You're not.
and
You're
then
not.
yeeted.
I presume this is in character, so you're not there.
Oh, wait, is he asking in character or out of character?
Oh, that was since I wasn't allowed to go home. Would I be back?
Excuse me.
Since I wasn't allowed to go home,
Oh,
would I
what?
be back at some point?
Yeah. After. Yeah.
I can also go get him. That would make sense, maybe.
Sure. Either or.
Okay, okay, so I run
Yeah. It
towards
doesn't. It doesn't.
Freud, right?
I wouldn't say like you're also, if I remember right. Actually, no, that doesn't matter here. But you're walking, normal. Like I'm not associated with these people. You just. But I will say then that Arcane is able to eventually catch up to you because one's walking and one's running.
Okay, so I kept up to.
Yeah, he's. I would say that at this point you are kind of like heading down the stairs from the tower. Like you, Gilder.
All right. Well, guess I'll stop.
Gilder,
Just sigh. So, what exactly happened?
some gaslighting, basically. We made some new enemies. First day on the job, we're doing really good, as you can see. And
why?
those two idiots have gone through the portal, so I believe we should follow them.
That's we need to talk about tactics. I think first, if we can progress anywhere.
I mean, definitely, but we're not going to make any progress if we let the two of them die through the portal alone, now will we?
And another sigh. And no, I don't think they will. I don't think they will die, but we should actually catch up.
No, they won't die by themselves. Abby's just going to see something shiny and get into a problem.
All right, then let's go back.
Yeah, we should head back to the teleporter. So we turn around and head up the stairs. Back to the tower.
Yeah, no.
I am breathless. Dying as fucking stairs, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, gotta love stairs. But yeah, you eventually go back, and as you sort of just that few moments, you actually see from some guards like in the tunnel, sort of talking about each other and seemingly getting a little bit more people in here just to like sort of keep a track on things because something just happened here. Like, who the fuck starts a thing here? Guess you gotta put fucking security up now. But yeah, you're able to proceed, go to the teleporter, and yeah, you just get the base construction of like just put your hand on, you'll be sent. So to describe as all of you, because there's obviously a time delay, but just how it feels. After you click, not click, my bad. After you put your hand on the sort of teleporter, which is kind of like this sort of crystal-like thing that's like emanating, like to the point where you barely recognize that there's like a crystal shape behind it, because it really is emanating this light. It's not like bright, like hitting your eyes. It's just kind of a weird brightness that isn't bright to the eyes, if that makes sense. Just looks bright. And as you press on it, you sort of feel your very like it's very weird. You feel your very essence almost from your hand just quickly rushing down through your arm, like not giving you any time to react. Just like almost as if being atomized almost, I suppose. It's a very disturbing feeling, but there is no pain, just a feeling that you're losing senses in all of your parts of the body, right? And as you do, your consciousness doesn't quite pick it up, as it is kind of really quick, but it almost feels as if you've gone through, well, almost like a slide, a wormhole, I suppose, or like some kind of tunnel where your very essence just sort of gets catapulted. Let's not go with yeeted, catapulted. And you sort of just start rematerializing, gaining back these senses. Like, and this, by the way, happens like in a second, right? Going from there to there, and you just go from having no senses to just suddenly reappearing and having your senses back. And there's that little bit of like tingliness left in like sort of your arm before it quickly dissipates. It's a very unusual feeling. And you, well, Avi and Zamaan are there first and foremost, and you can see where you sort of spawned, I suppose, or teleported. There's an equally crystal, a bit smaller than the one at the big tower, but equally working, sort of on this island. And there's this like almost man-made, but natural actually, but almost kind of looks man-made, this bridge, and in this like sort of cave lake. You sort of look up. It is dark, but there does seem to be, a little bit of like glow from the thing, so you actually do have some vision here in this lake, and it almost seems like the lake glitters a bit, like sparkles. You don't see anything like at the bottom of this sort of lake here. You just see glitterness. And you see past the bridge. After you pass onto that, it just sort of continues into a singular tunnel that just leads deeper in. And yeah, as you're sort of looking there and stuff, I will say that in about 5 to 10 minutes, the rest will arrive. But if the two of you want to do anything in the meantime,
how open is the space?
I mean, it is pretty open. It's just that there's not too much walkable land because there's the small island where the teleport crystal is, right? A bridge, and then goes deeper into the cave. The rest is just like cave water.
I mean, how big is the cave? Is what I mean.
I would say.
I just want to ask: is it comfortable to fly in?
In this area, yes, it is. I would say that it is comfortable to fly. There's like maybe a good from where you're standing to the top, about 50 feet at least. Like there's a distance to the top. This is a very open space.
Alright, then almost.
Question also. Can I look for mushrooms while the others aren't here yet?
Sure. This one, because it's actually technical or practical, roll me a survival check. $18. You look around, and it takes a bit of looking, but it doesn't seem that any mushrooms are actually growing here. It doesn't seem like that much of anything is actually growing here.
Okay, then I wait for the others at the crystal.
Just gonna fly in deeper into the cave real quick to see what's ahead, just in case.
Yeah. You go in a bit. It seems to mostly just be almost tunnel-like. It like just feels like it keeps on going.
Mhm.
There's a little bit of like curvature as it goes, sort of the natural sort of as the formation, but it's not overly narrow. It's like two people can like stand, side by side. I suppose 10 feet across, right? So there is some walking space. Though flying in here at this tunnel right here, not fully possible. It is like up here, like as well. I would say like 10 to 15ish feet here and there. So flying, you're
It's still almost 4 meters.
Hmm?
Still almost 4 meters.
5 feet was, if I remember right, on like approximation.
6 feet is 2 meters, 9 feet. Every 3 feet is a meter approximately.
Yeah, like you can still flap your wings. It's
5
just
meters.
you won't be like I'm telling this,
Are
like for example.
speedy as fuck, obviously.
Yeah, like I would say, like for example, if combat happens, combat wise, you can't fly up high enough. Like you can still be hit from the ground.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I get that.
But you can fly. Just
I'm
not
just
as
gonna
open.
head back real quick. I just want to make sure there's nothing in the immediate area.
Okay. You do. And after a bit of time, after that exploring and looking for mushrooms, eventually, two other people materialize, and you see this actually from your view now. They do materialize almost as a sort of light entity, um, like sort of like small little like. Imagine seeing a bunch of small stars just like quickly appearing and forming something before just existing. And Gildurk and Arcane, you guys have obviously the similar feeling when first teleporting, but you guys are here now and see the same scenario as the rest.
Ugh. My parents
I'd like any
body
I'd like any other people around, or just like the two of them.
Just the two of them.
So, what were they exactly doing back there?
I hope they're looking for mushrooms. But besides that, I have no idea.
No, I wanted to,
Wait.
I wanted to ask him.
Yeah.
What's his name? Avi.
Well, long story short, the guy was kind of a dick.
You tried to steal from him.
Yeah, but he was kind of a dick.
Could I please ask you to not steal when, at least when I'm not, I'm nearby? I don't really
Well,
like this
since
sort
you
of thing.
didn't know what I did, you weren't nearby.
I mean,
I left because of that.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll do it when you're not looking. Anyway, I scouted out ahead a bit, and it just gets narrower, and yeah, at least there's no danger in the next like couple of minutes walk. At least from what I could see.
also, Abby,
Yeah.
you may have another chance to pick up this book because it seems like
Oh,
with an
I heard.
enemy.
I could hear him. Like I could almost hear him halfway through the teleportation as well. Oh, he can do what he wants to do. Let's hope he's not too hot-headed about this. What have you two been up to?
I was going back home, trying to figure out, uh, how to best, well, okay, I want to talk about tactics before we delve deep into this, because there's obviously some, different approaches here.
Well, we can talk about tactics now. There's nothing dangerous in the vicinity.
That we know of.
Yeah, well, how about we just talk about those things, like anything like a rash beforehand, and I'm gonna say it right now, I'm really not on board with any stealing or making enemies or that sort of thing.
What if enemies make us?
Well, there's little we can do about that.
But also, we are a familia. We share the good and the bad.
Yes, but exactly, we're also a familia. We don't need to cause too much trouble either. There's got to be an equipoise in everything.
That's what I would have thinking. So, yeah.
But
What do
hey,
you?
look, would you agree though that I took the chair fair and square?
Not really. No, about technicality.
I walk away from this and go search for
I'll
mushrooms.
take that as plenty. So, what kind of plan do you have in mind then?
Well, I don't know about your talents, but I think I'm pretty good, like at least knowing which mushrooms aren't poisonous. But yeah, if anyone else has like some
Oh,
specific
I can
talents.
look. I can look for some at the places higher up because there do seem to be some ledges.
I can look in the darker corners because I can like see in the dark.
I foraged a lot as a child, so I know my way around questionable plants and fungi.
You do seem like a fungi.
Though I do think the chances of there like being any on the ground are at least right here are next to zero, especially because it's at the very beginning. That quest would have been done a long time ago if there were mushrooms here, so they're either higher up or way deeper down. Is my thinking.
Yeah, probably.
Also, I did read in some books that mushrooms like dark places to grow in, so when we continue on, I can check those places. If you do, but you can accompany me because I don't really know how to recognize if a mushroom is poisonous or not.
Alright.
I mean, look, if you can see it but can't recognize it, what good is it if I can recognize it but not see it?
Hey, I can produce a flame so he can see it as well.
I also have some candles, if necessary.
I
I
will
mean,
just
you
taste
don't
test
have to
it.
waste them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but if you're splitting up, I doubt anyone else can fly.
yeah, that when I'm up there, I have a tinderbox I can use. Like it's gonna be plenty. So shall we? If
May I
anyone,
make a suggestion?
go for it.
Let me check my little bag of tools. Well, my backpack in this sense. I do have a hammer and a python, also some rope. So you do maybe pick them in the wall. We can also make systems to check with you, like a rope system.
That's a bit. That's just I feel needlessly risky, and plus I don't think tent spikes would be able to dig into rock that effectively.
Fair. I'm out.
And plus, there's not a lot of space here before it gets like really narrow, and there's no places to really effectively fly anymore. So I'm just gonna check here, and I'll be down.
Okay, you go check.
Okay. I will say you do check up some of these legend things, and I'm not going to make you roll this because with the work and stuff, and the checking from before, you don't really see any of them, any kind of mushrooms sort of growing up here. There are just a bunch of slightly loose rocks here and there, but doesn't seem like anything's really growing.
Okay.
The only thing that you can notice and um, is that the walls, and as you're touching them and up there, are slightly wet. Like they're not like super slick or super wet, just like touch it and like you can feel that it has a little bit of water on it, but that's besides it. Minerally?
I suppose, yeah, it makes sense.
It's good water. But yeah, you don't see anything here.
Good soup.
Shall we continue then to explore a bit deeper?
I have an idea. Actually, this is something I want to do on my own way, so y'all don't get to hear it.
Okay. hit me with this idea.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Um,
Thank you.
uh, just a note. This is. Do you want to do this down low or up high?
What?
Just don't worry about it. You do it.
Okay.
But yeah,
I literally don't understand what you mean.
don't worry about it. But you guys proceed to bench run. And it's, well, honestly, it's boring. You guys walk for like a distance, and you kind of, as you kind of go in, are a little bit on the ready, on sort of prepared just in case something comes up or whatnot. But you guys walk for like an hour, and this tunnel like just goes, and it slightly at times branches off into what is basically a dead end that like goes on for like another like 15-20 meters off the main path sort of, and just dead end, and that looks natural, doesn't seem like anything caved in or anything, just looks like it ends. um and you just keep on going, and you're like, is this it? Is this really it? But eventually,
Maybe.
you do get to you start seeing up ahead. Uh, I would presume one of you is like probably using some kind of lighting system, right? For those who can't see. Actually, do all of you have dark vision? Actually,
I know I don't.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
pretty sure I don't
you-
either.
At least I don't think so. Yeah, there's no fucking way.
I
Oh,
can-
I have a question.
yes.
Before we enter, can I ask, are there any, does anyone maybe have any fluorescent moss?
Ah,
Fluorescent.
yes, here. Let me reach in my everything pouch.
I don't know.
Um, but yeah, I would say that there's probably some light just for those who don't see, because otherwise it is dark in here.
I can always produce flames
Like,
as
and
well.
yeah, you can just keep that, and it's basically a constant torch, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you see up ahead with a little bit of the light you have. Those who have dark vision can see a bit better and further, but those who don't can sort of keep it at a point. You finally, after like an hour of just walking in what is almost a straight line, um, you see finally that there looks like an opening. It looks like it opens up a bit.
That'd be. Yes, we go through the opening. What else we gonna do?
Do we roll investigate? Like,
Cool. Just notifying in case anybody wants to do something. Okay, you start to approach, and you step on, sort of keep on going, and you just enter this place, and it looks like a sizable opening. From what you can instantaneously see is that it's like 20-30 meters like sort of width, and then like lengthwise as it keeps on going, like maybe 100 feet. Like there's an opening, right? It seems to be more like like an ovalish shape looking. There's like some stalagmites and stalactites, a few rocks here and there that like sort of like a pillar as well that sort of connects. And here, especially with the flame and whatnot, you do actually notice a bit of, finally, for whatever reason, I suppose you can call it greenery, but you do actually start seeing something a little bit mossy, a little bit you actually do see small fungi sort of growing here and there. um but as you do, you also well, make me a perception check, everybody. And I will also move you guys. um
Wait,
hold up.
why is it +2? Oh, okay.
I should have been able to move you guys.
Oh. Why is it +-1?
Because
What is your wisdom?
mine's low.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Uh, okay. Yeah. I'm going to. Nah, I'm not. Just place yourselves on like the map and like sort of this area. To do that, just go into the journal, sort of where your character is, click and drag onto the map on this left side. Yep. And also, by the way, this will also sort of how you place yourselves will also kind of indicate your marching order, like how you guys sort of walk through. You guys able to? Okay, perfect. Okay, I will say that with the 24 and natural 20, and well, everybody, with the exception of Zamaan, but the rest succeeded enough to note as the sort of produce flame is going, and you're looking at this room, you do notice that around some of the what is it called? Rocks and pillars that exist in this room, you start seeing shadows, sort of like moving interactually, like almost like rocks that aren't supposed to move. And it's not the flame creating these little distortions. And right as you sort of step in, you start hearing a little bit of a cackling, like almost like a thing. And then it's like a high pitched sort of scream voice. And well, let's do the first combat, guys. Roll initiative. And I'm gonna put out the turn order. So to roll initiative, just go into and by the way, I will now unveil this as you sort of see where they are at. You basically see a bunch of little kobolds just sort of grouping up and just waiting for whatever. That's weird. It's not adding to the right.
You didn't select my token. Fuck.
Yeah, you need to select
You
the
need
token.
to select it. I forgot.
Don't worry.
You can manually add it, yeah.
I'll add you guys. Avi add turn. Who is it? Gildurk as well. Arcane and Zamaan. Let's see what they got. Perfect. Adi Zamaan has a 17.12. Avi, you have a 22.16. And Arcane, you have an 18.15. And let's see what the they will get. Hopefully this works like this. Can I actually roll from here? Initiative. Please tell me I can. Oh, here it is. I just need to hopefully select the token. Cool. Guess who's going last? So descending. So, Avi, as you notice, just looking around quickly with your keen eagle eyes, you notice about five kobolds just going around, just sort of starting to peek around. You see two of them that are just sort of right next to the pillar nearby, and that's the ones that you catch first and foremost, sort of holding little spears and ready to like go at you. While there's another two in the ready, just sort of starting to like whip up what is basically a sling and just ready to throw something, and another one just below also ready just to like go on you guys. Well, what would you guys like to do? Well, by the way, I say spear, little spear, basically like daggers almost. What would you like to do?
I'd like to fly up and shoot one of the sling kobolds.
Okay. There is enough room to fly up here a bit. And as you do go up, which one are you shooting? The top one or the bottom? Okay. I will say that he does have a bit of nah. I was gonna say because he's prepping to throw the sling, he's out of cover. So take a shot. Roll the crossbow. I think that you have.
Short bow.
Short bow. Close enough.
So, I forgot how the fuck I roll the. So first, click on the short bow. No, that's wait. Is that the?
Yeah.
That's the roll to hit. Okay.
No, but with
wait, why does it have bless?
Because I think you had bless and you were playing around it. I think that's
yeah,
a global
fuck.
modifier. So
No. Yeah, I had it ticked on. My bad.
But either or, the original roll is on the left, which adds your proficiency, which is 2, and your dexterity. So an 11. Let me see. No, actually. So as you go for the slinger guy there, the crossbow just passes, like whizzes right next to his face, and he sort of gets panicked a little bit as that sort of goes, And then, like, which makes him slow down his sling a bit as he sort of reels back and is like, sort of like, you can see anger in his eyes, like, damn it. And starts rolling up his sling again. Do you want to move or do anything else? Because that was your standard action to attack. You still have, if you have anything, a bonus action and a move action. Well, move action was kind of already flying, but you can still technically move more.
Yeah, because I can fly up to 50 feet.
Yeah.
So how, like, high up can I fly?
I would say that this is going in, I would say, like, 20-ish feet. So, like, it's not going to be easy to hit you from the ground. I would say that anybody trying to attack you from the ground is, like, a disadvantage.
I'm gonna move here with the other 30 feet that I have flying.
Okay. Yeah, there would be, like, some kind of, like, big rock there. I would say that, you're sort of, like, flying just above or, like, sort of near the top. But, okay.
I mean, can I land as well behind it, or
yeah, you can, if you want, you can land on that rock, I'll say.
on the rock?
Yeah, right here.
Sure. Oh yeah, let's go.
Well,
Just directly move it on top of the rock.
well, next, Arcane.
I just hope this rock's tall enough for the fucking kobolds not to be able to reach.
What would
I've
you
never played a combat non-spell character, so I may need a tiny bit of help here, if that's okay.
just well, you're playing a rogue, so the thing that you want to do most and foremost is sneak attack. This mostly requires, well, allies to proc it. But besides that, right now it's so early level that your best bet is just, well, slice.
Okay. So I have move, attack, or bonus attack. Does it work that way? Or
Yeah, standard action or main
Okay.
action, a bonus action, and you have a move action. Move is just literally you move. And your standard action is usually used to hit, and a bonus action is if you have anything that, well, specifies that you can use it as a bonus action. You as a rogue will later get on stuff like not uncanny dodge, but things like disengage and dash and stuff, or hide as a bonus action. But for the time being, you're level 1.
how far away can I throw?
How far away can you throw? Well, you have a. What are you throwing? A dagger?
Yes.
I do believe the dagger. Yeah, a dagger has a range of 20 feet to a maximum of 60 feet. So he is the ones that are closest. You can throw at these ones if you want.
Okay. Then I am going to basically throw a dagger
Okay, at which one?
at the one on the more to the left, if that makes sense.
Yeah, this one
You
at the
can
top.
you can hold it to ping on Roll20 on the map.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
like this?
Also, shit. My bad. I need to also. Yes, there we go. Okay, I'm on the battle overlay. I didn't forget about that. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so what you're gonna do
What's the
is,
roll?
well, for you, it should already be made. You are throwing with Dex because you're Dex based, so you just click on that. Just click on the dagger.
I just click on the dagger? Okay, let's try this.
It should be. Yeah, it is appropriate.
I clicked. I don't know what I'm doing, Denim.
Where are you clicking the dagger? Not in the item name, in the above, where you have the short sword, short bow, and dagger attacks. Name, attack, and damage type. Under your hit dice and death saves. Not the
Oh,
one.
okay. Sorry. Just saw.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. A 17 actually does hit. So to do damage now, click on the dagger in the chat roll where you see like 17, 20 to 60, and then dagger.
In the chat?
Yeah, you'll see it in the chat where you rolled just now. The dagger.
17, 20 over 60. Okay.
Click the dagger. Cool. 6 piercing damage. So that would be this.
Damage.
Yeah, actually, no, that's good damage. So you throw at the northern one, and as he's trying to sort of, as you can see that he's preparing to go and, shank somebody, you just sort of expertly get your little dagger and just throw it at him, which hits right, sort of like, you were trying to aim for the heart, not quite, but you kind of hit right in the chest and it catches him off guard and instantly starts coughing blood, but he's still up, he's still going.
Okay, and can I move and can I just move a bit back? Just like like 2 squares, more towards like the cave entrance thingy.
Yeah, you can. You still have a move action, and that would be like here, right?
Is here?
No, no,
I think.
yeah.
Where?
3 squares. You're back.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Next, Zamaan. What are you doing?
Don't push to talk. I want to cast sleep.
Motherfucker.
I hope there's enough room.
Okay. Let me see that. This you're at the spells, right?
Yes. I
Uh,
can click on it if you want to see.
you have the range. Creatures within 20 feet of a point in ascending order, ignoring unconscious. Okay.
Yeah.
So within 20 feet.
Whoops. That was accidental.
So where are you placing it? Like, if you want to hit everybody, that would actually. Yeah, I know you can hit everybody, motherfucker.
Yeah, there.
I love sleep. So yeah. Okay. So
I need to roll 5 d8s, right?
let me check how the exact ruling it goes. Spell creatures and roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures? Yes.
Yeah, and that will determine how many creatures get hit.
Uh, 15. So, starting at the one with the lowest, damage and subtract each creature's, and then it's like from the closest. Okay, so the one up, shit, can I click? Yeah. So the one up top that was hit by Arcane, you just see maybe from the pain and things, he just goes shit, wrong token setting. You just see him go well, not really limp, just asleep. So next is another. So that's 2 HP. So it's 13 left. So you're able to sleep one more, which would be the closest. The closest one to this starting point would be. Well, you can choose which one of the slingers do you want to go for, the top one or the bottom one, because it's
The
I would
bottom one.
Okay. That one also goes just bye sleep. You see that the other one that was nearby as well sort of stumbles for a bit, almost gets catched off, almost as if it was trying to fall, but then it sort of shakes its head, sort of like confused what happened. But that one did not fall asleep, and the rest seem to be normally affected. But yeah, you. And how long does that last for? 1 minute. Cool. They're basically out of the fight. Cool. Gildurk, you're next.
So which ones are out of the fight?
The ones with the little drowsy symbol on them. So this one and this one.
Okay. So and which one was damaged, or if anyone hit?
The damaged one was the one that is now currently asleep.
Ah, I see. Well, I will. I guess I will just make like I move like 30 feet forwards, and actually no, only 20,
Mhm.
so I can reach the next round properly without getting some.
Okay. Just note, I'm not sure if
on.
you're remembering still from Pathfinder. You have 30 feet of movement, even if you're in heavy armor.
Yes, I know.
Okay. So you're just moving.
Yeah, I just want to move forward so I can like reach people next round.
Okay. If you want, don't fully remember, but I do believe that as a standard action, because you're not, you can go on the defensive, which I believe if you spend your action doing that, enemies get a disadvantage on attacking you.
Yeah, but I'm not gay, so.
Understandable. Oh.
I'm gonna use this, and I think I have to use.
You see within range, and the sound. I will say. By the way, just note. You can do an action, like a normal action, and then move. So like, there's no real order to like action, move, bonus action. You can kind of do them whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say that because of that,
this one.
the one that's already up.
Yeah, like this one.
Okay, so the spell save DC is 13, and it is will based, right? Wisdom based. Well, they don't fucking have much of that, so I kind of have to roll just pure wisdom. It actually succeeds. So he doesn't take any damage. He has a -2 to wisdom. You love to see it. Okay, Cobalt's turn. This one, the one with the dagger, seeing you come forward and just try and do something to him, and he just sort of shrugs it off, is going to just go up to you and try to stab you. The rest, that one's asleep. This one, the one in the back, I will say we'll actually go for Zamaan, as you did do something that made him a bit drowsy. So he's gonna try and throw a sling at you. And this one with the spear is going to attempt to climb this rock and then go for an attack. You're kind of out of his normal range, especially because he's on the shorter side. But he's gonna try and climb up. So first and foremost, let's start with Gildurk. So the hit, yes, dagger melee. Does an 18 hit you?
Well, I think so. Actually, no. It has to surpass mine, right?
It has to be either exactly or surpassed.
Oh, it's exactly.
Oh, it's
Damn.
exactly. Okay, so you do actually get hit. So it's 1d4 plus 2 damage. Take 4 damage as this little kobold just comes in, and you're in armor. You don't really expect it. Just mother bitch goes for the fucking knees, and he actually scrapes you pretty good. And it's like, okay, you got hurt. The next one is going to go for Zamaan with a sling. Does a 12 hit you?
I look at my armor class, right?
Yes, and if it is lower, if it is equal to your armor class, the 12 or lower, well no, if it's higher than your armor class or equal, it hits.
It's one above it hits.
Okay, so it hits. So that means that you will be taking, well, equally 1d4 plus 2 bludgeoning damage. You take 6 damage. Well, how much? Wait, because I know you're.
I'm on 1 health. I'm on 1 health.
Love to see it. So you put out this sleep, and you see some of the kobolds go asleep, and you feel proud to finally use your spells when you just see a rock just yoosh at you, hitting your like face. That's gonna leave a mark, and you just go, ow. Yeah, you got hit, and you guys can see that Zamaan got hit. Last one is going to try and make. Oh god, they don't have athletics.
No,
that's
no.
that's gonna be a strength-based check. Let's see. Honestly, with a 15, I would say that he's able to climb this little piece of rock.
Yeah,
Um,
I understand. Yeah, we did good.
And he's going to try and stab you with a dagger. It's a 10 hit you.
No.
Nah. So proudly, this kobold just takes one hand. So the other, so one hand just sort of pulls him up real quick and tries to go for like your legs. Seeing that they're unarmored and not really meaty, chicken feet. Yeah. But you just see that and just pull your leg back, and he misses, and he almost slips off, but he's still holding on. It's like, and well, the other ones are asleep. So, next round, Avi, it's you again.
So I can use. Can I use my bonus action to draw my rapier?
Drawing.
How does it work?
Drawing your weapon is a free action. Last I remember.
Alright. So I'll just draw my rapier.
Or was it a move?
Fucking...
It's either that or a move action, but you can just take out your rapier and stab this guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking. I'll go on for the eyes, fellas.
Yeah.
I swear to fucking god.
Yeah, no, that misses. You try and
roll.
Go, but
I rolled a 2.
You try and go for the hit, like just stab him where it hurts, but he just
My man accidentally slips down and it misses.
You kind of like that, just slightly slips down before climbing back up, not even realizing that you tried to hit him.
I'm just standing there thinking like, okay, yeah, that's kind of fair.
Anything else you'd like to do?
So I can move as well, and I have a fucking bonus action. But let me just say,
depending on where you move, I will tell you, because new to D&D combat. If you were to move away from him right now, you would be risking an attack of opportunity, meaning that he kind of gets a free hit off you, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you.
Though if you want to walk sort of...
Oops. Hell yeah.
I mean...
I can fucking Misty Step.
Where do you Misty Step?
So it's up to 30 feet, so let me check.
Where you see.
What do I fucking... I mean, yeah, where you see, that's... Yeah. So I'm just gonna... Vroom.
I think that's a little bit over. Yeah. Thank you. No, that's 35.
Sorry.
Thank you. This is a bonus action, but the spell I honestly don't know if that causes a attack of opportunity, but for the time being, I'll just go. You sort of attack, and he sort of just looks back at you, seeing quickly casting something, tries to go for this hit, and then sort of like you just sort of evaporate quickly into
A
mist.
nightcrawler, bitch.
Yeah, yeah, no. As he sort of attacks you, it actually hits, but it actually doesn't do any damage. It more like moves you as like you become mist, and you just sort of quickly move almost like wind. You can, by the way, Gildurk, feel a little bit of a breeze behind you hit as you just see Avi just appear nearby you, just like the mist. Next, Arcane.
Okay. If I want to use my the short bow,
Mm-hmm.
do I use up an action for like drawing it and stuff like that?
No, you just draw the weapon and you're good.
Okay, give me a sec. Fuck. Okay. I move to Zamaan.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
legit right next to him. We are buddies. We are up against each other. And bonus action, I do healing hand.
Is that a bonus action? Let me check.
I do it as a bonus action? Or do I have to do it?
It specifically says in Healing Hands, as an action, you can touch a creature and cause it. So not as a bonus action, it is a regular
Okay, can
action.
I use it as an action? Can I use the weapon as a bonus action though?
No, you can't. Because an actual attacking somebody is an action itself.
Okay, I'm still gonna use healing hand because he's on 1.
Yep.
And we don't want anyone to die, so I'm gonna cast healing hand.
Okay. You touch a creature and cause it to regain a number of hit points equal to your level. So you touch Zamaan, and it hurts, but you have this sort of your sort of hand just coming back, and you feel it's not really fixing your jaw line or anything, but you feel almost like a small hit of, I suppose, like painkiller hit you, dulling the pain. Because it's equal to your level, you get 1 HP back.
Still something.
Still something.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay.
I'm gonna end the turn.
Zamaan, it's you. You just got healed.
Well, I just got healed. That doesn't mean I'm not on 2 HP still. So I'm gonna use False Life.
Okay. Please, click on the post it in the thing so I can see what it does. In the chat, you can just click on the spell. False Life. Gain 1d4 plus 4 temporary H points. You very much can. Roll the 1d4 plus 4 then. And this doesn't fully heal you. Like temporary HP will go away, right? But this is like a temporary boost. Yeah, no, with 6, you're even technically more than above your actual full HP. As you get that healing, you get that idea, like, yeah, no, and you just see Arcane, like him take out from his like little pouches and pockets a little bit of stuff and just wiggle something. Like you can see him like utter something, a little bit of a formula and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, you see his jawline sort of temporarily fixed, like as it just sort of locks into place again, and he looks ready to go at it again. It's like he feels better than before, much better than before. And yeah, the pain is dulled.
Also, can I move as well? Yeah, I have a move action as well.
Yes, you can. Up to 30 feet, I believe, for you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, right?
Yep. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. Gildurk, it's you. You got stabbed.
I'm gonna twack this one.
Okay, with your little mace?
Yep.
Go for it.
Let's just click on it, right?
Yeah, just click on the mace that you have. Yeah, no bless, because that's just a global modifier that's hitting. But yeah, that hits. He sort of thanks you. He looks like back up at you. It's like, haha, bonk. No warning to you. He's still up. But you can see that you have dealt major brain damage to him. but he's not fallen down. He's like at the very edge of it.
Would attack trigger attack opportunity if I move like here?
No.
I'll do that.
Okay. You reposition yourself as he's sort of looking what the fuck's happening. Cool. Kobold's turn. I'm gonna go with this one. Sort of reeling, he's just gonna like swing at you and just like trying to stab you back where it is, but this man's barely holding on. So dagger melee hit. 13 does not hit you, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
Also, the health bar for him is not updating.
Your
if
what?
headshot. The health bar isn't updating. It's still 12 out of 12.
Oh, it should be the red one.
Oh, I don't see a red one.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
Actually, my bad. I've been doing a mistake, and this is mostly Steel cucking on me. I don't know why it's 8. No, I know why it's 8. Sorry, Steel. Misunderstood what the red means. I thought red means health. Kobolds actually have a health of 5. My bad. I just thought the red was health. So actually, this one's dead.
Bruh.
I'm
I sleep as well.
Yeah, I know. That one would have been dead, which means you would have 15, but no. Yeah, 5, 13. 2 of them still would have been asleep. This one would have been dead. So I'll say that the other slinger, because he was nearby, would have fallen asleep as well. So it ends up being that there's 1 kobold left. My bad. Thought red was health. Honestly was.
But if he fell asleep, then I wouldn't have taken damage.
True. So a little bit of retcon there, but in that case, just because my mistake, we're gonna call that he's still alive then. But the other one that fell asleep was dead. The top one. The other one is normal. Cool. Cool.
Do I still stay on 2 HP?
Oh, because you have temporary HP.
Not that, but the one that hit me fell asleep in the retcon.
I know, but I'm going with because we've already passed that point. So sorry, my bad, my mistake.
It's fine.
But this kobold, the kobold that was on the rock, seeing you go away, Avi, he's going to take out his sling and try and sling you as he sort of climbs up on the top of the what is it called? The thing.
Ooh, he is pissed.
Does a 16 hit you?
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay. 1d4 plus 2. You take 6 damage. As
I'm still fine. No.
yeah, but you do get clocked as well. Slings hurt. Fun fact. The other
it took down a giant. What do you mean? Of course it hurts.
the other one seeing the other one just get smashed to bits with a goddamn mace is going to go for the guy that obviously looks dangerous as hell. So Kobold's gonna go for you, Gildurk.
I see.
I presume an 11 doesn't hit.
No.
See,
not even close.
See, where the other people got clocked in the face, this one goes for your armor. And expecting you to do damage, it just goes clink. Kobold is scared. That didn't hurt you. So that one's asleep, this one's dead, blah blah. That's it. Avi, your turn.
I have a question, because I literally cannot find it anywhere.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck's the cooldown of Misty Step? Like, what's the recharge? How many uses do I get?
Oh,
Because I
no.
just kind of get it because of feed. I don't get it.
Yeah, you get it as a feat, but this should be a daily thing. That would probably, I believe that should be on your...
Let me actually see in the feed. Yeah, I should learn it.
It should be that you can cast both the Misty Step and the level 1 spell you got from Source, the one little divination or enchantment one. You can use like once per day.
Okay, yeah, long rest. You're right. Yeah. I just couldn't fucking see it anywhere under the spell itself.
Yeah.
So I got kerfuffled.
You regain all spell slots as a caster as well after you do a long rest. Or the wizard, for example, has an arcane recovery, which means he can get some back after a short rest.
Wait a minute, let me check. Fuck. I can't actually reach him with walking.
You cannot.
A cinch. I mean, I can fly to him, I guess.
Yeah, if you want, just
Yeah,
go for an
fuck it, I'll
overhead.
just fly to him, like, 'cause
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. I can actually fly behind him.
Yeah, I think you should be able to. Like,
Because
if
I
you
have
move
50
properly.
feet of flying, like, it's
Yeah.
no problem. I
Cool,
don't
yeah.
have to fly all the way up. And does this count as flank?
No. To flank somebody, you need to have another ally be there.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding. Come on, hit for once. Oh my god.
An 11. Looking properly,
Doesn't hit, I know.
no,
Oh,
does not.
yep, I know because I've already rolled an 11 before.
Anything else?
I mean, I have a bonus action and
Do
I
you
don't
have
really have any movement left.
Do you have anything that can do the bonus action or?
No, not really, because
Okay,
Bless is a full action.
cool. Next, Arcane.
Okay, just so I get this, is the one way, can I do the circle thingy if I click on something?
If you click and hold on the map.
Okay. Is this one still asleep?
Yeah, that one's still asleep.
Basically be asleep till the end of combat, don't worry about them.
Yeah.
Okay, this one was not hurt at any point, right?
Nope, but he is on
These
top
two
of a
are
rock.
dead. These two are dead, and this okay. How do I do the arrow thing to see how much I can move? I'm trying to figure that out. I'm sorry.
On the left side,
Yeah.
you should see like a little taskbar almost, like where you see an arrow, a box, and
Yeah.
stuff. You'll see one like with a circle and like a ruler sort of thing. Click on that, and that's your ruler. And then you can click on a specific place and then drag.
Okay.
Get it?
Okay.
Cool.
So can I stand basically here towards the body of this dead little shit next to Gildurk?
Yeah, you very much can't step on that body.
Move. I don't know how to move, but
You
Click
click
back on the selector.
yeah, on the arrow key. Yep.
well, there I guess.
Yeah.
That's my move action.
Mm-hmm.
And can I take out the short bow?
I think you already.
Fire.
Yeah, you can take out the short bow.
Short bow, and I would like to fire.
At what?
At this one that's asleep to fully.
Okay. That one is, because of its asleep, it is basically prone and helpless. Though actually that brings up a good point. Does that mean a coup de grace? Or does that mean you still shoot at disadvantage? Fuck it. For the memes. For the memes, just because for the time being until I learn fully the rules, just roll to hit. Do asleep things wake up? Yeah, if you damage them and they don't die, they wake up.
Oh.
Ooh, okay, that's different. But I can't reach this one, can I?
With a short bow, yes you can. Short bows have like a real big range.
Okay, can I then try this? It's in the air though, right? It's flying.
It's in the rock. No problem. You can shoot it, no problem.
Okay. Well, I want to try this one.
Okay. Just roll the short bow thing.
Okay. Ish. Yeah, let me just open the character sheet. Sorry. I'm shit at multitasking.
No worries. It's right above your dagger.
Okay, so short bow.
Does not hit. That just passes right next by him.
Fucking hell.
And you just made an enemy.
Well, damn it. I have question. Can I use a bonus action to just like hide behind the thingy that I'm next to? This dragon thingy.
Not yet. That's going to be level 2 rogue that gets that ability.
Okay, well, I'm still next to it. Hopefully, like a bit covered.
Yep. Next, Zamaan.
Sorry for asking this again, and me paying not very good attention, but
don't worry about it.
The one next to Avi is alive and not asleep, right?
Yes.
The only one that's asleep is the one behind the rock.
Yeah, this one over here.
Yeah. Okay. I can move like this, right?
Yes, you can.
And then that cobalt next to Avi, I can see him from here, right?
Yeah, you can see him.
So I can try to hit a firebolt on him.
Yes, you can.
Don't miss.
No. I'm not going with. I'm not going with that idea. There is no penalty for shooting into melee, basically. So you can just roll the firebolt, or just like post it rather in the thing, just so I know, because I think it's supposed to hit the AC, right? Make a ranged spell attack. Okay. So where that's going to be on your spells is the spell attack bonus. So actually no, it should be on your core. Down where things, yeah, firebolt. Right where dagger, produce flame, sleep is, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just click on firebolt. That hits. Does no damage. Barely does any damage though. So, Avi, you just see behind you this little sort of fire like coming from Zamaan, and he sort of chucks, and you're like, oh no, don't miss. And you sort of go, but luckily it goes for the kobold, and you're like, okay, I don't have to move. But as you see, as it keeps on getting closer and closer and closer, it sort of just evaporates before it just hits kind of like the kobold in the back, and it sort of just you hear like the pain, like it's still fiery that burns him. But compared to how it started to where it ended, it's
I'm just gonna yell, he's red. What do you expect? Does fire work on you?
yeah. But he took a damage. Does this work? Oh shit! Oh, I can apply it like that. Okay, thank God. So this one would be at yeah, 4 HP. Oh no, that applies to all of them. Fuck. Damn it. But yeah, he is injured. You injured him. Anything else? Like, by the way, you still have movement left. By the way, so like when you do a move action, you can
No,
move.
I moved.
Yeah, but your move is full on 30 feet. You can move,
I
shoot.
moved 30 feet.
Got it.
Didn't I?
No, 30. You moved like 15.
Oh yeah, it's 5 per square. My
Yeah. Like you can note you can move, attack, and then still move. Like until like your move action is the entire 30 feet. But Gildurk, you're next, and yeah, you can hide behind that.
Well, I'm gonna yeet 12 of the dead at this kobold up here.
You know
since he's
what?
out of range. 12 of the dead.
Got it.
Actually,
And
no.
that's I believe a Wisdom saving throw. No, doesn't work.
Fuck. What the fuck?
I was a natural 20. You just
Wise kobolds.
you try and do that, and that just angers him. And the guy just puts out a sort of scream up there as he's sort of prepping his sling again. You've pissed this bitch off. Both actually,
Okay.
you both pissed him off.
Okay. I'm gonna be really bold and like move up in his face.
Yeah, that works. Perfect. That it?
But he has the high ground.
Well, so did Obi-Wan in most of his battles. Well, actually, no, he didn't. Actually, he well, yeah, actually, for most of them, he didn't have the high ground. Only for the last one.
He's a master of the low ground. But Kobold's turn. So this one that got just hit by a firebolt has a big ass bird in front of him, which he's going to try and melee. So dagger goes for you. I don't think that hits.
No.
And the next kobold, seeing as you boldly approach him, he kind of has that, oh, so you're approaching me. And when you get close enough, like right down, he sort of, that sling, he just stops, sort of slings it back so just so he can hold it, and takes the dagger out again, and just jumps off the rock to just go at you. So the other kobold is going to try and melee you again. 9. Nah. As he sort of jumps down, and I'm going to just sort of signify that as him jumping to this side. As he sort of jumps down at you, trying to do, you just, almost like a bug, just sort of swat him away from him, and he just sort of falls, and he looks at you, he's like, I got you.
I got you, homie.
Those are the kobold's turn. Avi, your
Stab.
turn. Just go for it. Will he hit? That's the question. Hits! Damage.
Oh. 6.
So after he goes for you, you just sort of pull back with your rapier for a second, and then just use that momentum from going back and pushing yourself back forward. Just impale the kobold like right here, sort of, and it just goes through like butter. And as you sort of pull out, sort of clutches, and then before falling down to bleeding to death and just dying. And Anything else you'd like to do as you kill this thing?
I'm gonna fly over here. Actually, I can't even. I know I can't walk. I can fly though.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you guys are flanking now. Perfect. Next then, Arcane.
Okay, so we only have this one left. Well, that's not asleep. Technically, let me just try moving.
Yeah.
Okay, can I come to him? Well, come to hit the square technically.
Yes, you
next
can,
to him?
and attack him.
Okay, that's what I want to do. So I'm just gonna put it here, so I
Yep.
actually have a visual.
And what are you attacking him with?
Give me a sec. Can I use my short sword, like the short
Yeah,
sword?
yeah. You just pull it out.
Don't forget about sneak attack, Demmy.
Yeah, I know. I'm keeping that in track because it does work. So, first roll to hit. I will say though, because you kind of are ganging up all on him, this is with advantage.
Okay, so advantage, and I just click on the short sword, right?
Yep,
Okay.
Hog.
that hits. Roll the damage. Actually, before you do, on the global damage modifier, you'll see it below where you clicked on the short sword and dagger, right?
Okay.
There's a
I
little,
don't have anything there.
there's a little box next to the sneak attack.
Okay.
Select that.
Should I,
Cool.
like-
And now roll for the damage for the short sword. Because this is going to apply to, hopefully, your damage as well. Just
I just
automatically rolls.
click again on the short sword?
Yeah, just in the chat. In the chat. Where you did
Uh-huh,
damage.
okay, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's much enough. That's 3. As you see, just to inform you, just so you know how this works, me a bit more. The reason why is your other allies were near the enemy, and that's why
And
you
they were
got sneak
kind of
attack. Yeah, and that's why you got sneak attack on that. So as you guys flank, this little kobold's focused on you guys, and he sees Avi, and he sort of like flexes, almost looking like about to fight both of you. No problem. And just as you guys are about to go in, just comes in, stabs, kill steals, and it is dead.
Okay, fine.
And yeah, all the kobolds are basically out, and this one's
You can
still
say,
asleep.
hey,
One's
Zamaan,
asleep.
Zamaan,
One's asleep.
you didn't kill anything yet. Come finish this one off.
Come on, the dead one. That sleeping one.
I shoot.
Get your revenge.
Okay then. No, I'm not gonna.
Squeeze on
do
its
it.
face.
I'm gonna shoot a firebolt from here.
Oh, go for it. Better safe than sorry, I see.
Just a second.
Same place where, yeah, and I don't
Are
know.
you fucking serious?
Um,
It doesn't hit
Does
though.
that
actually, that wakes up. That
Wake
actually wakes him up because it's just 1 damage. So the guy,
But does it hit even?
with an 8, actually no, it does not actually hit.
Exactly, so it doesn't wake him up.
Yup. God bless.
How do I roll a d10 2 times with a 1? How?
Welcome to RNG. Hopefully he'll roll another one just for the memes. So you guys look at Zamaan. It's like, no, I got this. Misses.
I
The
told you to
disappointment.
sneeze on him.
The kobold is snoring happily.
You know, Dummy, if this one survives and actually manages like with someone, I want it to be miraculously saved by storyteller power.
I mean, who's gonna kill it? It's like out for like another 5 rounds. Did you call dibs?
Yes.
You can just go up and stab it. Like, I'm not sure how range attack works when it comes to like coup de grace, but I know with melee, like you're up, you just see him, you just stab.
Shank.
Shemp. And yeah, it dies. It wakes up like on a millisecond just to like bleed out, and then it dies. Congratulations, people. You have killed the kobolds. And I should finally also give you guys, I will put it in players, add handout, and put this for everybody. Players journal, all players can be edited by all players. And yes, this is supposed to be party handout. So you guys can put loot and stuff in here, and whoever wants to be the treasure, say somebody has to.
I can keep track.
Okay. So as all the kobolds finally die, you start noticing after just a few seconds, their body just ends up sort of disintegrating, melting, almost like melted ash, if that makes any sense. Just sort of, and then just seeps into the ground right below. And the only thing you see behind as a trace is, well, little crystals. Presumably, this is that Quintium that she talked about, that Sandra talked about.
Nice.
What did I say?
How
Adi?
much?
Well,
How much?
good question. How much do you want?
20k.
Cool. You don't get that much.
19k.
But what you do get is, by the way, I will say, like, their bodies disappear, right? But you do get. Hello, excuse me.
Sorry, you can finish.
Yeah, no. Basically, the amount of gold that they. Well, actually, roll me a just as a sort of general guide, just to see like if you're going. Just roll me at the jewelry's proficiency with intelligence. This is yes, you Avi.
Okay.
Because you're the one only experienced with jewels, and you've most likely have
So
had
do I roll jeweler's tools?
jeweler's tool, and I believe it's a query, so it will ask you what to use. And use intelligence for
what
this.
do I use? Intelligence, okay.
Yeah, no, that's enough because these are kind of small, and these are kind of like the ones that you've played around with, the ones that don't have much value, much so to say, in quotation marks. But in here, 20 gold pieces worth of Quintium. About four gold pieces worth.
But I'll just put that.
If you want, like, it's probably
I'll just
easier.
put that in the fucking loot.
Yeah.
The gold, all the gold we earn in the dungeon, I'm gonna put into the combined loot.
Yeah, go for it.
Just gonna put 20 GP if you're like.
Yeah, no.
Or should I genuinely put 20 GP worth of Quintium and then we can choose how much to sell?
20 GP worth of Quintium. There's going to be a difference. Also, yes, Redomer, thank you. This is factually correct. So, with that being the case, and because it is getting late, as you finally acquired your first amount of Quintium, completed a battle for the first time, and
I have a question.
Go for it.
Can I pick up the daggers they used?
I'm going with the. What do I do here?
Their bodies are gone.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'll go with that as an idea. Their bodies and stuff disappear, but the loot that they keeps on being. So, the slings and daggers are a thing, and I'm going to continue with that. But bodies, in terms of that, those go away. So the only things that are left, the daggers, the slings. So 5 daggers, 5 slings. All of them are equipped with that, and the 20 Quintium. You can put that in the party handout as well if you're carrying. They're not heavy in the slightest. Yes, Adi?
Before we leave the dungeon, can I investigate for mushrooms?
Yes, you
What
can.
the fuck are the mushrooms?
Sure.
That was our quest.
Yeah. Make me a survival roll. $18?
No.
Yeah, no, easily enough. it doesn't. It like you've read in your books that and have kind of realized just the bare bone basics of what is poisonous, what isn't. And by the description and sort of looking around this place, you do actually are able to get a single handful of these mushrooms. Not overly plenty, and there are some poisonous littered here and there in small colonies. But you are able to get a nice amount of mushroom that you can just keep in your pouch, and that should be enough to get the 5 gold.
Thank you.
Demi, can I just ask, because I didn't understand, did you say 5 daggers in total or per?
There's 5 daggers,
that-
5 daggers total,
Okay.
and there's
5 slings, right?
5 slings total.
Okay, I added it to the bag thingy, share thing. That's why.
Okay,
Do I add the mushrooms to my bag or?
to the mushrooms. Yeah,
I'll keep track of everything that the party has together. If it's
Yeah.
a part of the party like, if it's property of the entire party, tell me, I'll put it in. If multiple people keep changing this shit, it's gonna get confusing.
yeah. So it's best.
And Mia, you if you're gonna like take the weapons for yourself, like, because I don't personally know what the party could do for you. You could take the daggers for yourself to throw, and slings. I mean, a sling is literally just a piece of like fucking cotton.
No, leather probably or hide, but close enough.
I mean, whatever. It's kobolds.
Yeah.
So like,
Sure, that's my main weapon. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, but yeah, it's best to have just one treasure purely because it makes things simpler for everybody.
yeah. So Mia, you can put this in your own backpack, because like, I doubt any one of us will use it. I'll put the mushrooms in the party loot though, because that's based on the party.
Just put like one handful. I'm not really going with actual, weight. I'm just going with like sort of handfuls.
Sure. Someone's getting a call.
That's me. My bad. But yeah, because it is already getting late and we are past our time, as you sort of killed all the kobolds, feel proud of your first victory, and have acquired a good amount of loot and seemingly money to later cash in. Well, to delve deeper or to go back is entirely your choice. But we're going to end it here as for the first session of Conquest of Purgatory here. So, I'm not sure, I didn't really plan how to do an outro, but let's just go with everybody say goodbye. I think that's the best way we can go about it. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. I was really hoping nobody would say anything but you.
There's one individual that hasn't said bye.
How can I say goodbye when we'll see them next time?
Next week.
You know what? I'll accept that.
This man already condemned his campaign saying goodbye. I can't believe it.
You put humble beginnings.
Fuck no.
Stay in tune. Hold on, let me do like a YouTube outro proper. Stay in tune for episode 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, dudes. Every like you do, I get better as jeans. I don't fucking know. See you guys later.
Considering